Well,
Thanks for finishing the job.
like boom for like a second or so, or.
But as far as speed, we've been doing good. We're going to have Mike, next time he's in, he's going to look at these cameras and we're going to come up with how to fix it.
But like I say, Facebook.
I wonder if we should go back to that stupid
Facebook is
Apple.
just.
That came from you.
I can't believe I'm saying go back to Apple.
He says you can now use the same stream key
I have no idea
over
what it is.
multiple live threads.
Yes, that's
What?
good. You don't have to cut and paste every
But we're
time.
streaming over multiple live. Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to. In other words, you don't have to change this
So I could put it in there.
anymore.
Put it in there all the time.
Yeah, tomorrow you'll have the same.
I'll try it.
Used to know.
I'll try it.
Or Mike married.
Oh, no. She owes me money. She's not going to get a hold of me.
Mike owes you money too, though, right?
Mike,
Bassett.
what's he owe you money for?
Car repairs.
He owes Rolly. He owes everybody.
Is that why he moved to an island?
Yeah. He had the audacity to call me up one day and ask me to come out and
He
visit.
moved to an island because he was an alcoholic and drug addict.
I loved how he said. Remember when you called in and he was trading people out for booze? That's how he was living after the hurricane.
Yes.
He was living off
Definitely heard
trading.
Trading people. What?
He was trading stuff for booze because he was running a bar. After the hurricane went through the island, there was no power and shit. Okay, so because he worked at a bar, he was trading food for alcohol. He was basically bartering. The whole island became a barter system. But he was the booze guy, is what's funny.
Was he so he was trading his booze for food?
Well, actually, the funny part is it's not even his booze, it was the bar's
That's the
booze.
biggest waste of a human that I can think of. That guy, smart guy.
If he just got off the juice, man, he'd be all right.
What island are we talking about?
Six ounce.
Yeah.
St. Helens or St. John?
They got hit really bad, man. They didn't. What he was didn't have power for a couple weeks. You know, it's not Haiti. All right, so can we all agree that Haiti is a shithole? I mean, can we at least get that out there?
We can't use that word.
You know what's weird is CNN was using it all over the news. How do they use that, Tom? How does CNN say shit all the time now?
Are they saying it?
Yes, they literally.
Well, first of all,
Chris Coma.
Cable doesn't run by the same rules at all.
Okay.
That's why. Yeah, no.
Okay.
No,
That's why.
broadcast. See, the FAA controls broadcast because it's using public airways. That's the United States made a decision back when they took water that you had water you couldn't own. No one can own water, and no one could own
The airwaves.
the airwaves because it was a rush for the airwaves. It was a gold rush. So the FCC took over the airwaves and said, if you want to have a radio station, you have to apply and buy a license. Once you get a license, you have this frequency, but you must serve the public good. And every year you must submit to us documents proving that you are serving public good. And so that's why you had on stations public service shows on the weekend, or every once in a while you'd hear like something out of the ordinary. And they still are required to do it.
That's where PSAs came from then.
That's exactly where they came from. So here's the funny part about it. Once somebody got a license, they never let go of it. So they would, when they want to get rid of it, would auction it to someone else. Now, you can buy a license from someone else, but then you have to be approved by the FCC. Yeah, you have to be approved.
Almost like a
But
liquor
what
license.
they normally do is just sell the corporation that owns the license. This corporation, you'll wonder, why does ABC Corp, why is that the name of the underlying?
Because that's where the license is held.
So the station just leases the airwaves. But in any case, all of the frequencies are owned. They're not owned, they're licensed. No one owns them. So if you can actually challenge, and people have done this, the validity of someone owning a license because they're not protecting the public good or serving the public good. And it can get serious. I mean, like, that's why shows like Howard Stern, they have to go to satellite, and they have to go to cable, because they cannot make, and by the way, a show doesn't have to serve the public.
The station does.
A station does. And it's on a 365-day basis. But here's what's incredible. My show was a godsend to every station I was on. My show alone fulfills 100% of the public service requirements.
For that, for whatever
For
station
the whole
it
station
was.
all year. And
pretty
just
cool.
having my show, they don't have to do anything else.
That's kind of cool.
And we're a part of that.
It's all because you.
I just
But
want to
here's the
throw
deal.
that in.
You are personally
My show
responsible
is
for every
is
radio
carried-
station.
My show's carried because of 2 R's. That's it, ratings and revenue. But there's a side benefit. Is it fulfills the FCC requirements.
Just so you know, line one, he helped yesterday, but not only does he want to know how to find a good contractor, he's like, what's the
Did you see our
referral
video?
list? So,
You on Facebook?
Our new one with the crazy lady from the Pueblo.
Let me
You have
go
not
in.
seen a nutbag like this in a while.
I just met an interesting one just now a minute ago. Had a lady that with the alternator didn't plug in all the way, the car went dead. The battery needs to be recharged, but it was aged. Went to another place. Says we owe her the AAA membership, which took the car.
You owe her what?
The AAA membership.
Why?
That she used. Because had she not had it, we would pay for a tow, so we should pay for the membership because we saved on the tow.
Wait,
That's
can you bring it up?
that's a great.
If you
don't
love me,
bring it
I
up.
don't know. My brain,
Bring
I
up the
couldn't,
customer
my
experience,
brain could
please.
not even connect.
Please, because I want to hear customer experience. I'll tell you a guy that we
She
had.
wanted her membership for her.
No, I didn't hear the story though. Hold on.
Because she might have had to pay.
Hello, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the world. Today is Car Day. This hour brought to you by Rocky's Autos, 63rd and Federal. If you need a used car, truck, SUV, or van, go to Rocky's. Rocky's, 63rd and Federal, Monday through Saturday, 9 to 8. They always say if you're there by 8, we'll stay late. They have a big selection of used cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans, almost the largest selection. You know, here's the deal. I will never tell you to go to Rocky's and buy a car today, right now. I'll never tell you that. I'll tell you that you should shop around and then put Rocky's on the list, probably last or in the middle, but really don't buy until you shop. But when you shop, really compare apples with apples to get pricing, to see who has a great deal. And, of course, you won't go wrong if you go to Rocky's and buy a car right away. 303-426-4646, 63rd and Federal. Welcome, everyone. It's Car Day. Now, this day is different than most. Now, I say we never devote 100% of a day, of a show, to a specific topic. Car Day comes close because it's caller-driven. When I have guests on, we weave a topic throughout. But I let you decide. The more calls I get, the more I stay with the topic. Today is Car Day. It's been Car Day for 30 or more years. We're live on Facebook, live on YouTube, live on the iHeartRadio app, of course live on 630 KHOW and KRDO Radio in Colorado Springs. And speaking of online, we have a video on our Facebook. You really have to see to believe.
Lord, it's taken off too, man.
Now, some people say, Tom, this is exploitation of somebody mentally ill. He should have never taped it. And I'm not so sure she's mentally ill, really. She just might be a hateful bitch.
I think she is
she might be.
bat crap crazy.
No, I don't know, Mark, if she actually can be diagnosed as mentally ill. But this woman is convinced that her neighbors are all rotten, all of them, that they're pedophiles, that they're vulgar, that they're racists, that they are, you know, and her neighbors, this is kind of a mixed, open, diverse community. And she's white, a white, older female. She is just hateful. I don't know what other word for it. Anytime anyone is outside, anytime she comes out screaming at him. This is just an example of what she did on our Facebook page. You can find the Facebook page. It's called Referral List. Now,
it's been going on for months.
Tom Martino's referral list. It's been going on, Mark, more than that, I think.
And the Pueblo police won't do anything.
No, Pueblo police say we can't do anything. You know, if I did that and started yelling at kids and the neighbor and saying, you know what, and you better do, you know, and then doing the hand gestures, it would be either harassment, disturbing the peace. Something would have happened. Something. I can't believe how lazy the Pueblo police are. They are so lazy. This is not the first time. We had a female student down there being assaulted. We had tape of the guy at the door yelling, threatening, and they did nothing. Now,
eventually they did after we called.
Oh yeah, but Mark, here's the deal. What you shouldn't have to call a radio show to get cooperation from your police department. But of all the police departments I've heard about, the worst for doing nothing would be Pueblo. And the most discourteous, hateful cops, the rotten cops, I don't mean rotten like crooked, they're not crooked, but they're just authority mongers, Inglewood. I don't know why, but they just are. And we get complaints about that. And then, actually, Denver police, we hear a lot of good things about on around here. I don't know why. I'm just telling you like I hear. My personal experience, you know, I think I thank God for police, for the money they get and the work they do, and of course that recent tragedy with the deputy, Arapahoe County. How terrible is that? You know what really killed me? Of course, it killed everyone, seeing him with his little kids and his wife, those photos. And you can just imagine, he had just been on the job, what, how long was he on the job? And
7 months on that one.
but you know that he came home, honey, I made it. I'm at the sheriff's department, you know, probably so happy. And speaking of that, we have someone who, or not someone, but the sheriff's department, they're selling T-shirts, right? Suzanne, do you have that contact info?
Yes, I have that, and also we just got a statement from Pueblo Police, so you might want to look at your email to read that.
But now, about the sheriff's department, can you give us information? If you buy this I believe it's called End of Watch T-shirt, the proceeds go to benefit him, right? Or his family?
His wife and kids.
What is it called?
Family. It's the End of Watch T-shirt fundraiser.
I like the T-shirt too. It's pretty cool,
it's
man.
It's a nice T-shirt. It's called End of Watch, and it's and it's how much?
I don't see the price, but I have the website that you
let's
can
do
go
that.
on to
Let's
help
do the
this
website.
family out.
Let's do the website.
It's www.crpoa.com.
Wait, CRPOA?
P is in Paul, O-A. Yes, Tom.
Okay, so that is, hope you can get that. It's Charlie, Romeo, Papa, Oscar, Alpha, right?
That's right, Tom.
CRPOA.com. 303-713-TALK. Now, I also want to bring up, since it's what did you
Can I weigh in on that whole thing? What's
Al.
amazing about the Officer Parrish is that through even to the last minutes of his life, he's reaching out, telling the guy, I can help you. I mean, if that's not a servant, that's just unbelievable.
It was insane. I couldn't believe he was doing it.
He's trying to help somebody
who just shot him.
And here's, when everybody's running away, he's running in, and it's just amazing what officers do.
I went to, give that website again. I went to it. I'm not getting it.
Okay. CR.
Yeah, CRPOA, Mark.
Is it .com or .org?
.com. I'm looking at it, and you can buy a T-shirt, a sweatshirt, Tom. $30 for the sweatshirt, $20 for the T-shirt, and this helps this family out.
It's a really cool looking shirt.
I'm ordering one right now.
I'm going to buy one.
Zach S. Parrish III, EOW 12/31/17, End of Watch. Was that when he was killed, right on New Year's Eve?
On New Year's Eve, Tom, you should have heard his wife's letter at his funeral. It was so moving.
You have to. You have to. You can't sit there and not have tears run down your face.
Oh my God!
I've watched it twice, and both times I'm just like, wow.
His little babies will never know. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay. Affordable auto, since we're doing car day today, have to be the biggest boneheads in the world, and they're liars. Here's why. A woman went there and put down a $200 deposit. I need that number again, by the way. Didn't we have two numbers, the cell phone?
We had his cell and then the shop.
Well, one dealer texted him and said, I'm ashamed of you. You make all dealers look bad by doing this. It perpetuates the negative stereotype of car dealers. And he said, I've already made the payment. He's a liar. Then he told us he's not going to give it. So he told two different people. That's called a liar and a two-face. Here's what happened. This woman puts down a deposit by credit card and gets a receipt. First of all, our credit card company needs to stand behind her. She got nothing of value. It says on the receipt, refundable up to 24 hours or 48 hours and non-refundable after that. She takes it back. She says, I'm not going to buy a car. This $200, just $200, this guy has decided he's not going to give it back. But he lies about it, and he tells people he will. And what I tell you is, this is an excellent example of why my show is important. Because this woman can't go to a lawyer for $200, a small claims court for $200. she needs help. $200 is a lot to her. But this car dealer, you know, he got nothing for, he did nothing for this. And he just dug his heels in and said, I'm keeping it. And I think we need to let him know that he's a scumbag, he's a moron, we will never use him. Can you imagine if he's doing this over $200? Now, she didn't do anything. She didn't take a car, she didn't drive a car home, she did nothing except write a credit card, sign a credit card thing for $200, and she was going to come back with her husband. She came back and decided, I don't want to buy a car, let's have the money back, and he wouldn't give it back. It's that simple. Now, Suzanne?
I'm not sure if we don't have that call on yet. This is a different one
No,
on 2, and I thought
I'm
you were
not talking about
about
that.
2.
This is a follow-up.
Oh, pardon me, Tom.
Okay, Affordable Auto. It's a follow-up, okay? So can I get their number, Affordable Auto, because I gave out the number yesterday, and I don't often do this, but I encourage people to call, and you don't have to be insulting. Tell the guy.
We might have to call the caller to get that cell phone number.
Okay, so let's try to get those numbers. Who handled that case originally? Was it Deputy Dan? Yeah. Okay, Deputy Dan, can you get a hold of this guy? 303-713-TALK. Our guest today, we got Jeff Vick from Kimmer Transmission. Always nice to have Jeff. And I don't have my sheet in front of me, but I don't have a sheet. Okay, so I have Jeff Vick from Kimmer Transmission. I have Al Aramis from Pro Auto, and of course our friends from Master Drive, Ron Langford and Mark Stolberg, and they are with Master Drive. It's really great to have these guys around because, you know, they know about cars, they know about driving, plus they just love cars. Mark just gave it to me, Susan. So this is a good thing. If you have questions about driving, about maneuverability, but they're going to chime in on everything, just like Jeff does and Al does, okay? 303-713.
That makes me think, remember the caller we had Monday or Tuesday? Listen to this, guys. He buys a BMW. It's all-wheel drive.
That's what I was going to talk about. Let's do it after
crazy.
the break. I want your opinion on this, okay, on this guy. And then, David, you want to know how to find a contractor, is that right?
Yes, I want to know how to find a contractor.
I'm going to go through what you should do. Hold on. We got a lot to talk about, and I don't want to rush you. I want to go through it all. All right? Now, Plumline is offering a furnace inspection. This is really cool, and I want to get it right because they have a furnace special for $19.95. Now that is, I mean, think about this. And they will go through your entire furnace with adjustments and do whatever it needs, not like major repairs. This is to give you a full written diagnostic. Now, I know what you're thinking. They're just doing this to get into my home to see my furnace. Yes, they are. They are, for $19.95. Plus, they'll adjust the burners and do whatever it takes to put that in tip-top shape and tell you, of course, if you need any repairs. They're not going to repair it. But this is a 22-point check, and it's worth doing, especially this time. Airflow problems, the blower assembly, the ductwork, the thermostats, the electrical, fuses, motor connections, capacitors. They'll install the filters if you have them, and they'll put this in writing so you know where you stand with a furnace. Now it's not really hot, it's not really cold. Not really. So it's a good time to get your furnace checked for just $19.95. That's it. And you're not obligated to do any work. That's Plumline Services, 303-586-1086.
This report is brought to you by Lowe's.
A couple of crashes to watch out for in the Metro Drive. A wreck eastbound 6th Avenue after Sheridan. It's got the right lane and shoulder blocked. Backups to Wadsworth. Also watch out for a crash off highway at Arapahoe and Peoria. That's in the cleanup stages. Tough drive still up in the high country. I-25 pretty much stop and go due to winter driving conditions from Idaho Springs all the way up to Vail this morning. Also,
How old is he now?
I don't know. I don't ask him that.
How old is who?
Rolly. He's 42.
Rolly is about 60. I'm 64. I think he's 66 or 67.
I think, in fact, last time I think we were talking, I think he's like 68. Yeah, so he's right in that territory.
I just don't look at myself in. I think
Sweatshirt
of old people, and I'm an old people. I mean, when I used to think of old people, it was right where I am, and like the other day I was thinking, you know, I used to have fun, and I'd go out to places, and friends of mine that have bands would have me sit in on the drums, right? And it was cool.
Yeah.
It was fun to watch people do that. And then I thought, if I did that, would people say, look at that old guy trying to, you know what I'm saying? Would they look at it? You know what I'm saying?
I
You know,
do.
like when old people get up and dance, and would they say, you know, hey, look at that old dude up the drums trying to be cool? Or would they think just, oh, there's a person on the drums, isn't that cool? That's what I thought. I wonder really.
I think more people are more open to things now any more than they've ever been. I don't know that that's a big deal.
I just wondered because you know how people used to look silly when they were older. When you're younger and you're looking at them, you're thinking, "Come on, dude, you know you're an old man."
Got it.
Now think about it. What is the thing with when there's an old guy and a young woman? Everybody goes, "Wow, lucky him," or "Boy, she's in it for the money." Everybody puts grand relations.
Well, people think that. People think that about me, and my wife said she's only 11 years difference, but she looks way more different. I mean,
but you guys are fit.
But I don't think 11 years is a big deal.
No, not at all. That's, what do you mean?
See, my wife's older than me. So
Now it's a big deal if you were 22 and she was 11.
Yeah, your wife's a cougar?
Yeah, she's 6 months older than me.
Oh, okay.
I called her a cougar a couple times. She looked around about ready to slap me.
So she is a cougar.
I refer to her more as a lion.
So I still look at people sometimes and think, oh, that's an older person, an elderly person, I would describe them. And then other people I don't put an age on, but it hit me when I was going to learn helicopters. And I wasn't, it was even, well, shit, I was like 40-something, 49. It might have been 50-something, maybe, because I haven't been flying that long. You see, I'm 64. Maybe I was in my 50s, maybe 56 or 57. And I remember hearing the guy. I went to the restroom, came back, and I heard the guy on the phone, and I didn't know what he was talking about. He said, "Hey man, yeah, there's this old dude who wants to learn how to fly a helicopter at his age."
Did you fucking kick him in the
No,
shin?
I didn't want to embarrass him, so I waited till he was off and I came in. Wow. But he was kind of chuckling about it. You know, he's a really good guy. He became a good friend. Yeah, he was a good friend. But I realized, you know, because I didn't even think of myself as being older than him. He's in his 30s, but because I wondered if they look at it like we used to, because there really were old people at 60. I think in general the population is different.
Oh, it is.
It's not
you were 60, you were an old man leaning over. Now
they're aging better.
I'll tell you who has aged wonderfully. In fact, as good as you. And you've aged unbelievable. So, you all, you know, not joking either. How old do you think Geraldo is?
Oh, I know. He's in his 70s.
He's mid-70s, 74,
no,
75.
He's incredible for his age.
Oh,
he's
man.
Incredible.
I see him on Fox News. He does not look like any 70-year-old I fucking see. He's got to be doing that tea stuff and stuff, don't you think? I mean,
well,
that's almost
impossible. A basic building block of health. If he doesn't, he should. I mean, really.
He has to be.
Scientific American is, well, no longer scientific.
I mean, not replacing hormones is as unnatural as not, you know, I don't know, not going to, not, I don't know, it's a natural thing. I'm Tom Martino, you're a troubleshooter. We got a woman who was conned or scammed by a contractor. Then we have a guy wanting to know how to find a good contractor. David, thank you. What kind of project are you doing, David?
Well, I'm trying to get a house built.
Okay. Now, whenever anyone looks, this is in general, okay? Whenever you look for a contractor, the very first thing to look at is the mission. And what I mean by that is, what exactly do you want? Your mission is to build a complete home. Is that right?
That is right. 3-bedroom home with 2 bathrooms in it.
Okay. 1 level,
no basement.
Got you. If you want to, that is a custom home, but have you looked at other homes on the market? Why would you want to build? I'm curious.
Well, I want to build a house because it's cheaper for me to build one than to buy one.
It is? And do you know why that is?
Why?
You're not buying someone's perception of value. You're buying building costs plus profit. And many times that is cheaper, but there are some exceptions. And when you build a home, it's a sure thing, so people don't have to build in debt service. They don't have to build in a lot of things for risk that they do in another house. So here's the deal, David. what size would this home be?
About 800 square feet.
Well, you're not going to find people to build a small house. You're not going to find anyone. You will find contractors that will do it. And I would say if you want to do just a small project like that, then I would get a contractor, a home improvement contractor. Do you have land?
Yes, I have land
okay.
already, and
all right.
I've done additions, and
you just want to start over and have a new home. But I would suggest the minimum of 1,500 feet, just to give you some saleability if your estate needs to sell it. You, I guess, plan to live there the rest of your life?
I do plan to live here the rest of my life. I don't have much more time to live, but I wanted to do this one thing.
How old are you, sir?
79.
And what is your budget?
My budget is $100,000.
100. You're not going to get it done. You're not going to get it done. May I suggest they have some beautiful, if you have your own land, they have some beautiful modular homes that you can get put up. Really, I'm serious.
Tom, we've already tried that.
What do you mean you tried it?
We've already tried to get a modular home put on
what happened?
Land, and the city of Denver said they don't want it on there.
You know, David, you know, I know you asked on how to find a contractor, but I think that's why I said first look at Mission. Because then once you look at Mission, then you look at the contractors, and I will tell you how to find one, but that's not really your question. I have to give you some advice here, David.
Okay.
What size is your lot?
My lot is big enough to put 1,200 square feet on it. House.
And it's a vacant lot right now?
No, I have another house on it, but that's...
And where are you gonna live while this is being done?
I'm going to live in my trailer.
Okay. And is your trailer on the lot?
No, it isn't.
Okay.
It's on my cousin's lot.
All right, so you have a place to live. Now, to tear down a home alone and to clear the lot, just to do that, is going to be about $10,000 to $12,000.
Oh, maybe more.
Well, if it's small.
Labor's high right now, though.
No, I'm not going, Tom. I'm not going to do that. That house belongs to my brother.
What are you going to do with it?
We're going to leave it right there and just put another house I want to build right
Denver,
up next to it, so I can.
Denver's not going to, unless you have a double lot. Denver's not going to let you do that.
Yeah, well, I've already checked on that, and they will let me do it.
Okay, because you have a big enough lot, they will let you put another home.
As long as it's connected to the home that I have now.
Well, see, that's going to complicate things even more. When you say connected, what do you mean?
Well, it'll be like a double.
So you want to just add on to this home?
Well, you could say that too. But
well, that's really what you want to do.
Okay.
And well, that makes more sense. But what condition is the old house in?
It's about 60 years old.
But what condition is it in?
It's in pretty good condition.
Then I would recommend, listen, David, this is really important.
Yeah.
I think you can get it done now that you're telling me this. If you want to add 800 feet to your home, I think you can get it done. But I would also recommend that you upgrade and make the other part of the house as new and as nice. So even if you go with an extra 500 feet, what are you trying to accomplish? Are you going to have two different people living here, two different families?
Yes, we're going to have to. My brother's living on his side now, and he's going to let me build one on this.
I got you.
We have a contract and all that.
I got you. So you brothers are going to live together really in a duplex.
Well, I'm not going to live with him. I'm going to live with my wife.
I meant that. Together in a duplex.
Yes.
One in each side. Okay, David. Now listen, David, that's a little more realistic. You're going to turn a single-family home into a duplex, okay?
Yeah.
So that's your mission. So when you talk to someone, don't tell them you want to build a new home. Tell them you want to add on to a home and make it a duplex. Now, duplex is important because if you say you simply want to add on to a home, they're not going to account for the double plumbing and the double heaters and the double mechanical systems. So you must tell him that you want to add on to a home to make it a duplex, okay?
Okay.
Now, Genesis Total Exteriors would be the one I recommend.
And is that a guy named Mark?
No, Mark Szymanski, that's right.
Yeah, I've already tried him. And
is he too busy? What did he say?
Well, the work that he had done, in my opinion, now this is...
What work are you... Now, are you talking about Genesis, though?
Well, I think that's what he called himself.
Okay, and so what about... Did you check out some of his work?
I I had him fix a wall for me one time, and the people that he had working for him were leaving the nails stuck out, and then I had the engineer.
If you had a bad
go
experience,
down
it doesn't sound like him, but I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna debate it.
I don't wanna run him down.
No, you can. If you didn't have a good experience, I'm telling you that it's a good idea not to use him. You have to please yourself. But in general, now I want to say a couple things. How to find a contractor? First, you get the mission, and you have to find someone appropriate to the mission. The reason I say that is so many people find people they like, and somebody who's done decks, and they like them so much they say, oh, by the way, can you build me a garage? But you really want someone familiar and experienced with the mission. Then what you want, more than anything in the world, is financial stability. That's more than anything, even more than skill. Yep. You want to know why? Because if you have financial stability, you're going to pay the suppliers, and you can hire good subcontractors. So financial stability is second. How do you find financial stability? If you're going to do a big project, you ask them if you can do a credit report. Or, I'm not kidding, by the way, or you contact their suppliers, you contact credit references. Now, you think I'm crazy? No, I'm not. Not when it comes to big contracting jobs. So you want the mission, then you want financial stability, then you want a name, a good name. That's still better than skill. Why? Because a good name won't abandon a job, a good name will stay on the job, a good name knows other good names. So what you do is you investigate that person. Where did they work? How long have they owned the company? Do they have personal references? Not building references, references. Where do they go to church? Now, I'm not saying church is mandatory. I'm just saying ask questions about a person. Find out how long they've lived there. How long have they been in business? Seriously. So you got the mission, you got financial stability, and then what do you have? You have the name. And then after all of that, worry about the company. You want to know about the company. You want to do background on that. You want to search it. Did they have a lot of complaints? Do they have a lot of problems? How do they follow up? You want references for people who've had things built. That's what you want. What did they build? And look at prior work if it's going to be a big job. Then after all of that, what do you want? You want process. What do I mean by that? You want an adequate process, not a half-assed process. You want everything spelled out in writing. You want everything in a timeline. You want penalties for non-performance. You want a bond for people who walk. You want also no money up front for nothing. Now, I didn't say no money up front. No money up front for nothing. If somebody says, yeah, give me this much down, when are you going to start? I don't know. Let's get, no. You get money up front for a lot of things. Materials, plans, meetings, that's okay. But don't give big money up front, ever. But if you must pay up front, do it by credit card. That's right, credit card. And then make gradual staged payments. So, how do you do all that? I took the worry out with referralist.com. You can do it on your own. I just told you how. But you see, I know how, and that's what I do. That is why I have referralist.com. Mark, what were you going to say?
I got the perfect fit for him. Christie's Design. They do a lot of homes. They do a lot of additions.
Now, I got my gut tells me I thought they were a little higher end. They're not?
No.
They're great people.
They're all over the place. I mean,
and is his daughter still working with him?
I don't know.
Oh, she is for sure.
God,
She's
are
a doll.
what a great family. Christie's Design.
We went out and looked at some of their work on a house they did in Denver, Dan and I.
Yeah.
It was gorgeous. You know, the guy had a little issues here and there, but I got to tell you, the overall work on the brickwork, the chimney, everything. They did everything.
All right. And flooring contractor, Simply Floors. We love Simply Floors, Buddy Mitchell. Now, this is a guy we met that, you know, people would just go to a big box automatically. He said, Buddy, you really need to get with us. You do business exactly the way we love to see business done. Simply Floors, Buddy Mitchell, here's what he does. He makes less profit. He makes great money, but less profit, and he has less overhead, and he has employees who work out of their homes, and they come to you at your home, or they go to his design center and warehouse at 52nd and Ward. There's not a lot of overhead. You can meet him at 52nd and Ward, you can walk in, or you call for an appointment, not call, but you go online, schedule your own appointment. These designers will come and work with you. Free design services, real design services, not just for the floor, for the whole home. You can save up to 50%. 30 and 40% is normal over the big boxes with any kind of floor covering you want. He knows them all. Buddy Mitchell, SimplyFloorsInc.com. It's Simply Floors Inc., INC like incorporated. SimplyFloorsInc.com.
Hi, it's Fotis. Yes, it's after the...
Yeah, but I'm going to assume he's already checked this. He said they would let him do it. He said they will let him do 1,200. I don't know, but yeah, I wasn't he needs to ask me to know because it's really. And I got to correct. Well, I don't know if you care, but I really want to talk about that police officer. I'll mention the T-shirt because I was wrong on that. You know, it's so amazing to me how people don't know basic financially secure as you like to. That's why I do what I do, because people literally don't know how to do it.
Consider a reverse mortgage from American Financing. Reverse mortgages are loans that pay you monthly by using the equity in your home. They also protect your spouse from possibly losing your home if you pass away. And FHA ensures that you never owe more than your house is worth. Hey, it's Russ. Here are the facts. You benefit immediately from no monthly mortgage payments, and you have access to tax-free money.
I wanted to say something. I heard.
You were going to say something about the contractor?
No. I heard a spot during the show this week. That was another lender. It wasn't American and it wasn't Ideal. How did that happen? I wanted to ask you
over there doing the technical report just now.
If I had a pre-existing relationship with a lender, those are the only ones that
it wasn't Ideal and it wasn't American.
No, affordable interest, they did all figured it out.
Okay.
Yes.
So that he was grandfathered, basically.
Because they can't make deals on my behalf, so I get that.
Yeah, but it wasn't you doing the spot.
I understand that. It doesn't matter. Ideal can still advertise because they were
turn on the gas to go.
Not Ideal.
Smell it.
I know, but I'm telling you that they could too. So anyone can that has if they have been with me.
Features that businesses care about and solutions that grow with your business so you never miss a call. CenturyLink? No way. Clearly, Comcast Business gives you more. Call 1-800-501-6000 to get internet on our reliable gig speed network. Plus, you can add voice and TV for $34.90 more per month.
Offerings 1/21/18. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Limited to one voice line and basic TV on one outlet. Early termination fee applies. Requires Comcast Business Internet. Additional monthly charge, equipment taxes and fees, including broadcast TV fee extra and subject to change. Connection Pro restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Limited to Connection Pro. Minimum term agreement required. Requires Comcast Business Internet at regular rates. Call for details.
Today is the day you break the streak.
Sound familiar to you?
I love it. Kurt had treated me so good.
This horrible disease. If you or someone you know is abusing
alcohol, he got deals done for me and just took care of it.
Do you realize what a big deal that was that they honored my deal and my 3 hours mark for the team and did not let them buy this show?
Yeah, I know.
They won't let people that I don't have a deal. I mean, they will only deal with the good people that
Okay, that David guy just had one other question. I want to clear the line, Tom.
But get the question first.
I have it. He wants to know, is it against the law to not pay your deductible when a roofing job?
Okay, that's a good question.
Do you want to bring him up again?
I'll bring him up if you talk to me, but I'll say it.
Okay.
COR. Is it against the law? It is definitely not against the law.
If you had a number of properties and you were running deals, you were negotiating out the deductible.
Show me the law.
It would be fraud.
Where's the law?
Well, what I'm saying is, it's insurance fraud. It's simply fraud because your contract.
What else they give you a discount?
No, it's a civil matter. Here's what would happen. They'd say, hey, it's a breach of contract. Let your insurance company come after you.
That's right.
But listen, man, I have had police do fucking crazy things for the DAs. We've seen it. I think that they could, if you did that, not for one job, but if you did that as a landlord and you had like a number of homes, I think they would they try to put together. If, like, let's say farmers went to the TA or somebody and said, come on, man, he's blatantly, I don't see the way the lazy assholes are with marketing. You know how sometimes you get a shop later. Remember that one about Albertsons? Where, honest to God, the guy, it was lipstick. So it was a guy, lipstick and a receipt. And he went in to Albertsons to exchange it. He was going to go get the lipstick and take it and exchange it, but he had the other one in his pocket. So on the way to the store, on the way to get it,
I remember it. I don't remember exactly what happened.
The point I'm making is there was no crime. It wasn't even close. But sometimes police do crazy things and they charge people with things like forgeries that have it's a private little deal and didn't hurt anybody, but the police say, well, it's forgery. So if they get a hard on, they might, but I don't think it is.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Hey, we have Master Drive in the house with us. We have Kimmer Transmission. We have Pro Auto Care. We are going to get to some car calls. Listen, quickly, when I was talking about contractors, I will put all that together for our social media. Here's the deal, though. David had another question quickly, and I'm not going to belabor this question. And Suzanne, his question was about deductibles on insurance, right?
Yeah, is it illegal not to pay your deductible, Tom?
Okay, David, this is a good topic, and I'll tell you this. You sign a contract with your insurance company when you do a policy, okay?
Yeah.
And if you read that, you will see that it says that any discounts, any rebates, or any kind of money back goes first to the contractor, to the insurance company, and you must pay the first $1,000 or $2,000 or $2,500, whatever your deductible is. It's a contract between you and the insurance company. If a roofer says to you, hey, if I get the job, I'm going to waive that $1,000, technically, you should give that $1,000 to your insurance company because you must pay the first $1,000. So even though, it's not really a crime. Well, it's not a crime. It's insurance fraud as far as breach of contract. Now, if somebody did it on a massive scale, like a landlord that owns hundreds of places or dozens, maybe the police would do something. Mark doesn't think so. Maybe they wouldn't. Probably they wouldn't because they're lazy, but we've seen some crazy cases from time to time. But it is something that is insurance fraud, so it's not against the law.
Generally, I think the best way to handle it is you get a free upgraded shingle, or you get a free fan, or you kind of do it that way.
You know, Mark, what's funny is this. I know very few people that pay deductibles.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
Seriously.
I don't.
No, the roofers just somehow say don't worry about it, or they don't collect it. Now, it could technically be uncollected. That could be. And then that's not insurance fraud. It's because it's just uncollected. And your credit history with that roofer is none of your insurance company's business. If they have an invoice for you and you don't pay it, that's between you and the roofer.
I think it's done more in the auto body industry than it is anywhere else.
Okay, David, I hope that answers it. It's 303-713-TALK. Jerry has an update. Now, what is this update, Suzanne? Can you fill me in, or did Mark take this call?
Well, Mark did. Remember, Mark, last week the owner of the dealership came on and said nothing was wrong with that lifted Jeep. I'm getting Machowski on now.
Perfect. So, guy calls up. They bought a Jeep from this dealer. It's a lifted Jeep. They sold him a warranty, Tom, $3,000, if I recall, aftermarket warranty. They had some suspension problems, I'm assuming. They brought it to another shop, and of course the warranty doesn't cover anything because the Jeep's been modified. It's been lifted. So the dealership agreed to 100% refund the $3,000 warranty, and that's no issue. But the caller was still upset that the Jeep had all these other problems. The dealer came on and said there is no problems with that Jeep. So we have it over at Mark Budget A1, and I guess we'll find out if there's problems or not now.
All right, so here's the deal. Jerry has a used car, or a used Jeep. Jerry got the money refunded, so now we're just talking about an as-is purchase. Is that right?
Yes, because they were fined to refund the warranty they should have never have sold.
But, okay, I understand that. But that's still, if we strip it down to what it is, it's a used car sold as is.
That's right.
Except she does have a warranty.
But it's even worse.
But she has a warranty, right? Oh,
no. They refunded the warranty. But think about this. They bought a lifted Jeep. This is a lifted vehicle.
Right.
So there's nothing stock about this. This is one of those monster Jeeps.
Did the dealer lift it?
No, the dealer bought it lifted and then basically sold it.
Okay. The dealer's responsibility is to disclose anything they know if asked. Because it's as is. They don't have... Now, they can't cover things up either.
He says it's in great shape. He came on the air and said it's in great shape. Now...
The dealer did.
The dealer did. And he told me, because I asked him at the end of the conversation, he swore up and down, he just looked at it, everything's in great shape, that he would basically repair anything that it's really bad. But I got to go back and listen to what he exactly agreed to.
All right.
If it comes to that, maybe there's no problems with it.
All right, so let's find out. And we have Jerry. Jerry, you took it to Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair on a referral list at referralist.com. Shane is with Budget. Shane, what did you find with this Jeep? Because, Mark, you got the impression that he was so confident there's nothing wrong with it, that if they found something, he would fix it. Did he actually say that?
Well, I've got to pull the audio, but right before I let the dealer go, I wanted to add in a caveat like that because he was telling me how great a shape it was, and he did agree to something. I got to go back and really listen to it.
All right, so Shane, what did you find?
What I found on inspection of the Jeep is, one, the Jeep has been heavily modified. Couple of the things is the oversized tires. Number two...
No, listen, what I need to know is what's wrong with it, like defects.
As far as what's going on with it, with the lift kit, basically the Jeep was built for off-road. It wasn't built for highway use.
But that's something she could see when she was looking at it. It wasn't hidden or it wasn't a defect.
No, it was not hidden. It was not a defect.
It's not apropos for her use.
Yeah, it's definitely not meant to go down the highway at 65, 70 miles an hour. The lift kit that was put on there is what they call a long arm lift kit. They basically took and cut off all the factory brackets off the frame and then put what's called a long arm trailing arm kit on there. But in doing that, the front end is a 4-link suspension.
Well, without getting technical, tell us what it means, just for us, common folk. Just without getting technical. We don't care about the number of links. And Shane, I appreciate the skill and knowledge for you looking at this for Jerry, but give it to us, layman. What the hell is going on? Is this a ripoff? Did they hide defects, or are there massive defects, or is this a good vehicle?
There is no massive defects or anything with the vehicle. The lift and everything that was put on the vehicle was meant to be off-road, not on-road.
Okay, that's it basically. So are there any problems, like, for example, that you could see that maybe they tried to cover up?
No, nothing was covered up. One of the things I did notice is one of the 4 links on the passenger side upper link for the front end was removed.
What does that mean?
What that means is that was built and taken off so that front end could articulate when it's going up in the mountains four-wheeling.
Okay, but for highway use, it should be on there.
For highway use, it should definitely be on there.
Now, are both links, you said the left or the right, or is there only one?
Basically, with the front end, there's 4 links.
And they only took out one?
2 uppers and 2 lowers. And they took out one, so the front end is basically a 3-link, so that way it can articulate better.
Can you put it back in?
How much would it cost to add that link back?
I'd have to do some research on...
Would that stabilize the ride on the highway?
That would definitely help a lot.
Okay, now hold on one sec. I want to talk to Jerry. Jerry, you're listening to this, right?
Yes, I am.
What do you think?
Well, here's the deal, is when we purchased this vehicle, the dealership was well aware that this was going to be a daily driver.
Yeah, but they don't have to, they're not your counselor. They're not your husband or wife or nanny, and they could be aware that you wanted to use it to deliver, packages. It doesn't really matter, Jerry. You're thinking because they were aware of it, they should have said to you, and by the way, I agree with you 100%. They should have. But there's nothing as far as a fraud. You know, like if you're at Purifoy or a great dealer, they're going to say, you know, Tom, I'm not so sure this car's for you because I heard you say you're going to take your kids to school.
How would they know, though? I mean, you're assuming they're some specialist on off-road Jeeps.
Mark, I'm not saying.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they need. I'm saying they don't have.
I don't think they knew anything in the back of their head after talking to that owner. Like, this thing is. It's not made to drive on the road. They have a vehicle they bought on a trade-in or wherever they got it. How do they know this?
We have to take a quick break, but Jerry will come back and talk to you. I have to take this break because I'm just going overtime. Joe Lazare is a criminal defense attorney that you never, ever want to use. Isn't that simple to say? And I mean that because you can avoid it. You can avoid drinking and driving. It's simple. Use Uber, use Lyft. You know, I said, Joe, you know, we advertise so people don't go to you, and if they need you, they can call you. And he says, I'll never run out, no matter what we say, and even if we do, there will be other crimes I can defend, because he does all criminal defense. Uber, Lyft, designated driver, whatever it is. But there will be times you're going to be stopped. Don't try to estimate what you can drink and what you can hold. Joseph A. Lazara is there when you made the mistake or did something stupid. 303-429-6200. Even if you want to plead guilty, you still need him to go through the system. If you're falsely accused, you need him, because it's very complicated. It has both criminal and motor vehicle civil things attached. 303-429-6200.
Okay. So this lady,
I think her point though was it'll probably be one.
Lady buys a Jeep and the thing looks totally rad.
Oh, dude, I'm
having an issue with it.
Okay, she's going to say that the dealer, they told her he's going to
That's
drive
what
it
she
every
just
day.
said.
And he said, yes, you can drive it every day.
Of course you can drive it every day.
How would he know he's not an off-road specialist? And to me, that sounds cool. I might take up off-roading. I mean,
They bought a Jeep that's
I agree with
lifted.
that.
Yeah, right. Do you guys do off-road training?
I made it clear. Here's what people say. I made it clear that I was driving this on the
That's
highway.
what she's going to say.
No, you walk up and say, holy cow, this is
By the way, we're going to ask you.
I told her, I said, I can't believe you bought this. And let your son buy something back there.
Yeah. Now, why is the warranty?
Why did they take that link off though? I didn't understand that. It gives a bigger radius on the tire.
So when you're on the off-road.
Oh, so one tire, they can do this.
Right.
Oh, no shit.
It makes
Well, why don't we one link
Actually,
then?
my findings.
I don't know what they wouldn't do too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why don't we
It
one?
might have been
I'm not that ready into that.
You have to look at it. What's the configuration?
And why would that cause it on the highway? In fact, if they hit a pothole, you might think it would be better.
I do more unstable.
Stability, right?
Just literally feels
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Almost like a bad
But
steering
you
box.
could drive it on a week every day. I mean, it's just those are those things when you go to that modifier. Just like when I was building street rods and driving on the street, they were illegal. But they were like, no, man. You know,
And it's a specific intended use at that point.
Yeah.
I'm trying to specific intended use. You built the street rod to drive to the car show and drive back home. That's what it was for. You didn't go grocery shopping with it.
We
When
were
you
bouncing
did,
all over the place.
when you did, it didn't work well.
No, you know that. And I think,
I like more of
she
Tom's
got in there and got all
diet
that
knowledge.
whole
What
shit on the thing, and they're like, but you
Well, she's got oversized tires, long arm suspension, pulled out a link.
I
Probably
don't. No one's
Yeah,
ever
it
said you
costs a lot.
I'd like to see it though.
Well,
The guy said, I
she's
guess.
probably got a death wobble in the stupid thing, and
I was
it's
thinking
scared
the
the
same thing.
daylights out.
I was thinking the same thing. If I got the death wobble, if you put lower, smaller tire size.
Wait a minute. The suspension can make it. What happens if they jacked it up 90 feet in the air?
Well,
It
no, it doesn't matter. Headlights, turn signals,
Bumpers and
plate.
headlights.
Yeah, it's
So you're saying I could jack up a vehicle
Yes, you
3 miles into the sky?
18 inches to 36 inches off the ground.
You wouldn't get underneath the bridge.
3 miles, he said it would be legal.
3 miles.
3 miles up in the air.
Are you compensating or something here? I mean, that's all.
Whether or not the suspension system actually makes vehicles. I'm going to be thinking those turns first.
Is there a little testosterone?
But if you jack it up, he's saying if I jack up a Jeep 3 miles into the air, there's no problem getting it registered.
No,
to drive.
not
I call for
The height requirements are bumpers there.
It's technically against federal law to alter the suspension of a vehicle. That doesn't mean you can't get it registered because no one asks and no one enforces it. It's against the law.
Why?
Because it's a safety.
Look it up. It's against the law.
Crazy.
National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. It's against the law to alter the suspension of a vehicle, and people do it all the time. So how do they get away with it?
No one asks.
They're lying. To the show, 303-713-TALK, 703-255.
I want to look up, I heard there was a federal law against altering the suspension of a vehicle. I want to check that out. Also, we have a lot to talk about. I want to mention that when we were talking about Zach, the deceased deputy, he was with Douglas County. And I said Arapahoe, and I'm sorry. I meant, I really knew he was from Douglas. I don't know why I said Arapahoe. And that site, give the website again. If you want to get, or I have it, if you want to get a T-shirt honoring him and contributing to the family, it's being sponsored by the Sheriff's Department. Okay, the website is, Suzanne?
www.crpoa.com.
And I want to give a shout-out to this emailer. He said, you know what, you guys are all patriots because you're buying those shirts.
Oh, good, good.
And that website is Castle Rock Police Officers Association. That's what it stands for.
Okay. Oh, I see. Castle Rock Police Officers Association. Because he used to be with Castle Rock.
And he's part of the association.
Before that. Okay, let's bring... Jerry bought a Jeep that was lifted, basically. Shane said... there's nothing really defective about it, but it really isn't appropriate for street use. And he says that one of the links is missing to make it more flexible, something you don't want on the highway. I want to ask quickly Ron from, not Ron, I'll ask Mark from Master Drive. If this was on the road, would you let your son or daughter drive it to school?
Yeah, drive it to school in the city at low speed. It's not going to be a problem.
What about highway?
Highway stuff, you're going to have a problem with that thing on the highway.
You will.
Just because
kind of
the modifications.
Dangerous?
Well, could be. Could be dangerous
really?
Because the suspension system is made for articulation. It's soft. It's not tightly sprung.
Do you know
has large tires, lots of unsprung weight. So the thing could get into a wobble. Right?
Okay.
In Jeep world, we call it death wobble.
Right.
I sold a Jeep because it had that, and I couldn't fix it.
Okay.
Right?
So
it could be a problem.
It could be a problem. But here's something Jerry says. And by the way, Jerry, you're not the only one. I mean this. Most people who call me with problems when it relates to a car and emissions say this. They say, well, I made it clear this was for my young driver, or I made it clear that I was going on vacation into really rocky terrain, or I made it clear I'm with really, I'm going to use it for highway use. And here's the thing, Jerry, is that a contract, and should they abide by that, and did they violate a trust? We're going to talk about that, I promise, and we'll get the dealer back on as well to address it to see if he'll do anything about it. I'm Tom Martino.
Elevate your home this new year.
Extra charge. I did. I bought myself something pretty. But so, you guys, if you're going to order pizza, we need it. If you want it earlier than 12:30, we have to get that order in by 10:30. It is the craziest thing.
I'll make a mental recording.
Yeah, mental.
What are you doing? You're going to pick it up?
No, delivery. They
It's
just get stuff.
It's been so long since
Are they bringing it?
Yeah, but they said, oh, you can make the order the night before. I go, oh, please. It's like, you don't know these guys.
Okay, big statement, right?
Lower your house payment, consolidate your debts. Steve Haney is the mortgage doctor.
I didn't read that
And
yet.
the coaching guy in Colorado. The Mortgage Doctor Show. Saturday afternoons at 3 or Sundays at 1 and 4 on 630 KL. Why is Pure Boy Chevrolet the #1 Corvette dealer in Colorado? It's because we earned it and we work at it.
I didn't find anything on
Pure Boy
Department of Transportation suspension rules. I'm so big.
You know, I'm reading through the SEMA website to see if there's anything on there too. And I'm not finding it.
Yeah, man. I'm like.
My buddy. It's basically height.
President Trump didn't answer them as he signed a proclamation.
Bumper height.
Martin Luther King Jr. as a national.
Headlights will get you too. Like when you build the lowrider, headlights can't be below 18 inches off the ground.
Get my checkbook out of me.
Oh, get a check. Get a check from her. What can't she take cash for? Or oh, you lost another card?
We're going to get him a little case like this, and we're going to put a tile in it.
Who's that for?
Me, I lost mine. Again.
You lost yours?
I've
had the same card for 2 years.
They gotta let Daphne like.
Actually,
I just bagged her. I was trying to be smart. That was pretty dumb.
Attended a meeting with President Trump. Says he did say it.
You've seen the comments in the press. I've not read one of them.
This guy, I'm done with this guy. I'm putting him to bed. I want you to read this. This is that asphalt guy. I'm fucking sick of him. My God, did they not offer to come out and sell him 2 more inches or whatever and fix it just for cost? He paid less than half price, no matter how you look at it. I don't know what to tell him. And on top of that, it's not even the company.
He told me he wanted to take him to court. This Norton guy. Okay. I think his lawyer ended up saying you don't got a case.
He doesn't have a case.
Said it would address the president's key concerns.
Plus, he's a burner.
You know, when people try to be cheap to begin with, and then it bites them in the ass.
Hey, he's got a $2 million house. Why would he buy a cheap driveway?
It's like when these guys ate those dollar steaks. You were being cheap. That's why I didn't eat it. I refused to eat a dollar steak. Then you guys were surprised when they tasted like crap.
No, you got our full confidence in this experiment with the assumption that you were going to participate as well before.
I couldn't eat that after opening up. It came in this red crap that we found out was actually antacid.
And he served us. We did an on-air experiment. They sucked it into. What was it? Where were they from?
The dollar store.
The Dollar
Tree, baby.
Steaks.
Ribeyes, baby.
Dollar Tree.
$1 steaks.
He got the George Foreman.
And these fools ate them.
George Foreman, and he served it. We ate it. We took a bite of it. I mean,
remember the one guy from Colorado Springs? Yes, he ate like half of it. I know. Dan brought it home to his dog. I wouldn't have fed that to my dog. So they package it literally in bromine, which is an antacid. I kid you not. They sell you a steak for $1, packaged in antacid.
Well, I mean, that's adding value.
I love it. These guys ate it.
You're not going to have an steak
After I opened one, remember, it's frozen, so after it was defrosted, I opened the package, and this red bromine comes out. The smell, I was like, okay.
They go through the trouble. Then he feeds it to you. They get the forks and they got salt and everything for us and stuff. They're like, here, you be a part of this radio show and check all this stuff.
I couldn't.
And, you know, we have all the confidence in these people, and they we were like, it was honestly.
I'm not even sure it was beef.
It was something between. Yeah, we were wondering if it was actually. It was meat, but what was the meat too?
It was meat, mystery meat.
Like that episode of Roseanne.
Who is the guy?
$2.99 for ground beef,
guy
but
who
only
ate the whole
99
thing?
cents for ground meat.
Who's the guy?
I can't wait for that show to come back.
Episode of Roseanne when the eldest daughter moves into the trailer park or whatever.
Oh, that was a great episode.
Yeah.
A great. She's got to run and get water.
Take the stick with the nail in it.
You're right. It's $2.99. You're
for
absolutely
ground
right.
beef, but only 99 cents for ground meat.
And they're eating on the picnic table.
It's like, ooh.
God, that was one of the best episodes, actually. That show's coming back next month for 2 months.
Because he's coming back to life, right?
The whole cast. The whole cast.
The whole cast? No,
Really?
When he died, I thought last
Dan, Roseanne, both kids, all three kids, Jackie, the whole cast.
But Dan had died in the episode.
They said Dan's not dead. Simple as that. That's the nice thing about TV, Dan. They can change shit.
Yeah.
And you're not for real, and you're
That last season was just the most bizarre thing ever. They won the lottery, but then they really did it.
Yeah. It actually started going downhill when she had the other kids. What was his name? 7 or something?
Her real kid.
Was that her real
That
kid?
was her real baby.
But the whole show started going downhill after that.
It was named Seven?
I want to say his name was
That's
Seven.
what George wanted to name his kids. Seven.
The same.
Stanza? George Costanza.
Stanza, yeah.
It's so funny you said that. The Brady Bunch went to hell way back in the day when they brought in Oliver. The show was going to hell, and they brought in a cousin that moved in with them. We need to make sure repair place. Honest to God. Yeah, I'll tell you the problem. No one can make money doing it anymore. You know how Mark Hope's in business? Honest to God, you know what he's doing? He's got a back room making bitcoins. He's mining bitcoins in the back room, a shitload. He's actually making some money doing it.
Yeah, if he makes one, he's got 15 grand. How long does it take to get one from
I don't know. I know the electricity bill and the processors and shit cost a lot of money. I mean, you have a real...
I still do not understand the process of mining a Bitcoin. I have seen it diagrammed. I cannot figure it out.
I can't wrap my head.
And why there is a finite value.
Hello, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. This is the Troubleshooter Show. This hour brought to you by the Raleigh House. That is an addiction treatment center. But I'm not trying to sell addiction treatment, although I will tell you this. If you have an addict in your family, if you are an addict, it will never, ever, ever go away or get better without help. The Raleigh House has established a special informational line. That's all it is. It's not meant to be high-pressure sales. Now, you can ask about the Raleigh House. They'd be happy to tell you about them. But they have done this as a favor to me as part of this campaign. I wanted a place people could call to ask questions. That's right, because most of the time, when you find out your son or your daughter or your father or your mother, your husband or your wife, they're into drugs and they're addicts, you don't know what to do. You don't know what to do. You may not even want to talk to another family member. So you can call this number and ask anything you want. How do I know they're an addict? What's dangerous? What's not? How do I get them in there? What do I say to them? What do I observe? How much does it cost? What is it all about? How long does it take? Does insurance pay? There are about 1 million questions you might have. That's the first step, getting information. Here it is. Here's the number for information. And if you want help, they'll refer you, or they will tell you about their program. Remember, this is free of charge, no obligation, and confidential. 720-893-5559. 720-893-5559. I'm Tom Martino, consumer advocate. I do this daily, Monday through Friday. I've been doing it for 38 years in Denver and longer elsewhere. That means we're the longest running radio show anywhere with the same host. And we've recovered millions of dollars for people. So let's do it. Today is car day. I have my experts. We'll get to them as we talk to them. Jerry bought a car, or bought a Jeep, and it was lifted. And she's kind of upset. She says, you know, the dealer knew. I made it very clear I was going to use it for road use and highway, on the highway. And he sold me this, and it's inappropriate. So that's really the issue. It's inappropriate. It has a lift kit on it. Now, the lift kit was done properly. There are no defects. So, Jerry, welcome to the show. And I know a lot of people feel the same way as you do. Can you explain? Jerry.
Oh, yes.
Can you explain? A lot of people feel the same way as you, Jerry. Go ahead.
Okay. So, honestly, it's not really even about a feeling that I have about it. The vehicle is unsafe to drive on the highway, period. We've almost had accidents.
You know, our master drive technician here, our master drive, not technician, but expert, they teach people how to drive, and adults and children, and they say that you're right, it could be dangerous on the highway.
Well, it is. It's not that it could, it is. If you go over 40 miles an hour, the Jeep will not go straight. It's all over the road. It makes you get arm pump trying to control the steering
Mark, you
wheel.
can see that? Can you visualize that, Mark? Yes? Yes? That's not an
absolutely. I can see that.
Okay.
No.
You know,
but it's a specifically intended use.
But let's talk about that.
It's modified for off-road.
If it's that bad, let's talk about that, Mark. If it's that bad, going over 40, Mark, should the dealer have said, wait a minute, this is not going to be... But you're
How would the dealer know?
Okay, bingo. How would the dealer know? You're right.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know. You know, here's the deal. You did buy it. You bought it as is, and there's nothing wrong with it. Except...
Can you hear me?
Yes, Jerry. You bought it. There's nothing wrong with it, except its intended use.
Well, here's the deal. We did not buy it as is. We bought it with a warranty that we were assured that it would cover any problem.
Jerry, hold on. I get it. But he refunded the warranty. But let's just go with that. Hold on. Let's go with... Jerry,
that has not been refunded.
Oh, well, we better get your money. Now, Jerry, let's go with this.
It would probably apply to the
Jerry,
loan.
just please help me here. Let's pretend... Okay, I understand you're saying you bought it with a warranty. That's right. But even with the warranty, none of this would be covered because it's not defective. Driving down the highway and having it wobble over 40 will not be defective because the Jeep is not defective. It's not operating ineffectively. It was made for off-road use, mainly.
Well, then, according to the Federal Trades Commission for used car sales, this should have been sold as an OHV vehicle, off-highway vehicle. It was not sold as that.
Hold on, Jerry. It's possible. Hold on. It's possible if it doesn't meet certain safety standards that they shouldn't sell it. For example, the car has to have adequate brakes, has to have a windshield that you can see through, different things. But I'm not sure, and I'm aware of the law you're talking about. That is not the same. Let me explain what I mean. That car, the mere fact that you got it registered for highway use makes it legal. So it can be sold for street use because it can be used all over the streets. There are vehicles, however, that cannot be registered and put on the road. Guys, can you help me out, right? There are different kinds of vehicles.
Absolutely.
So that law was intended for, like, those, I don't know, those...
For the side-by-side ATVs and
different things
UTVs
that you
and those types of
can't
things.
register.
Yes.
And
because they don't have all the requirements for the road.
Jerry, that law is not going to help you. It doesn't apply here because the argument will be made that that vehicle can be operated legally on the streets. That's the problem. Now, by the way, I just want to tell you, I agree with you that this should not have been sold if they knew about it. If they knew... But it's not a law. I'm saying it's not nice to sell someone something that they know they're going to use on a highway that is made for off-road. I agree with you.
They're putting my son, who's driving the vehicle, and all the other drivers on the highway at risk. If you saw this thing going down the road, you'd 100% agree. And John Shane, the owner of One Source Auto, last week said that he drove this car for 3 days and that he loved it. And I would like to say to John Shane, if he loved it so much, just take it back and sell it to somebody who wants to use it for
Jerry,
that
would be wonderful, too. Will he take a trade and trade you on something else?
I don't know. Is John Shane on the phone?
No, because I don't see why he wouldn't, but here's the deal, okay? The argument you made, you keep going back to the same argument, that anyone would agree watching it drive down the street that it's unsafe to use, doesn't make it illegal.
Well, not only
doesn't make the sale fraudulent. Now,
it actually proves his point, though. She looked at it and saw it. If anybody driving down the street, how come she didn't realize that looking at it?
Did you take it on a test drive?
We took it for about a 5-minute test drive because the fella that was selling us the car had to get to his son's wrestling tournament.
Okay, so Jerry, you keep blaming other people. So you didn't take it on a good test drive because the guy had to get to his son's appointment. Jerry, do you really feel that that's an excuse for not really taking that for a better test drive?
I feel like safety, they were concealing safety issues.
Do you have it? What are they concealing? What did they conceal? What did they conceal?
That if you go over 40 miles an hour...
How did they conceal that? You could have gone over 40. How did they hide it?
I guess that you're right about that, that they didn't necessarily hide that fact from me, but they didn't give us the opportunity to do that.
Jerry, here's what I do when people call. Here's what I do. And I want people to understand this, because sometimes they might get the impression I don't want to help. First, I told you I agree with you in spirit that it was wrong, not illegal, but wrong. We can't force them to do unless there's some law broken or unless there was some fraud or concealment. I don't see it. But what I do with consumers is I give my callers accurate information so they don't waste time defending or going after people with the wrong stuff, because you'll never get anywhere. Right now, to go after that dealer and trying to make this sound like an illegal car sale is a waste of time. We have to do something else. Okay, we have to appeal to his better side, or maybe get this sold for you on the show. If somebody wants a nice Jeep, a lifted Jeep, people love them. Maybe somebody will buy it and we can get something else, or somebody might want to trade you. There are all kinds of opportunities, but I don't think you can force the dealer to do this. If it was a dealer on my referral list, if it was a Rockies and somebody felt that car was not appropriate for them and the next day called them back, they would exchange it or take it back, because they're not going to force it on you. Now, they're not going to do that just because you change your mind, but this is different. First of all, I don't believe Rockies would have sold something that's not appropriate, but they don't always know. Like Mark said, they may not have known that when you drive this Jeep more than 40 or something, it's going to get wobbly. They may not know it. They may not. I mean, that's a possibility. It's a lifted Jeep. I see a lot of lifted Jeeps around town driving around. So what can we do? I don't know. I'd like to call the dealer again and see if they would consider anything. What?
I did, and he's not available till Monday.
Ah, damn. Okay, so, Jerry, do you feel you paid too much for this vehicle? I mean, not because of the problems, but the vehicle itself otherwise was a pretty good deal?
I feel like it was the right price for the vehicle if we were
if you could drive it.
We were going to go
What year is it?
Yeah. It's a 2012.
And how many miles?
About 38,000.
Here's what I want to know. And this is our next question. I'm going to move on to other calls. What would it cost to make it road safe? I don't mean taking lift kit off, but making it road safe. Suzanne, you guys are shaking your heads no over at Master Drive. Why is that?
How big are the tires?
I don't want to get into that right now, but just talk to me.
It's going to be difficult to do that because they've replaced the entire suspension system, so you can't go back, right?
Okay.
And they've changed the geometry of the suspension system. There's no going back.
Any way to make it more stable?
You could revert it all back. You buy all used components, put it all back in. Yeah, but unless they've cut
flanges. Is there something between original?
They said they did cut, didn't they?
Is there something between original and now?
Like.
What I'm saying is take the vehicle as it is, and instead of going back to the original suspension, somehow stabilize that one.
How about if they sure you could. Absolutely, I'm sure you could.
How about if they put that link back on?
Well, I would say return all the links that are in the suspension
and put highway tires.
Call up budget transfer.
Put smaller tires on it.
And call up also Honest Accurate Auto to get another.
Right.
I just want a variety of opinions. Okay, so hold on. Jane, what's going on? Oh, Jane called from yesterday. Jane, you called about Apple Auto in Minnesota. Is that right? Jane, are you there? Okay. Jane is not there. Sherry, you were conned, you said, by a contractor. What happened?
Yeah, am I on?
Yes, you are.
Oh, great. I am the poster child for what you do not do when you hire somebody to work on your home.
Okay, let me ask you some questions. Where'd you find the contractor?
I found him on Craigslist.
Oh, my God, you're right. You're the poster child.
Scams list.
Yeah, scams. The first, most of the mistakes we get, they come from either Craigslist is number one, then Home Advisor and Angie's List. So, what is the problem? Just get to the problem and work backwards. What's the problem?
The guy's a pathological liar.
Oh, that's a big problem.
He's been conning people for years.
When did you start the job?
He did it in October, the beginning of October.
You signed the contract when? About October 1st or 2nd?
Yeah, somewhere around the beginning.
That's fine. That's fine. Okay, so you contracted. When did work begin?
About a week after the contract.
Okay, and now I'm going to get to the details and the misery, but right now, if you had to sum it up, what percentage of the job is done? I'm not asking, by the way, if it's done correctly, but what percentage is done if I asked him?
He would probably say 90%.
Oh, and in your opinion, what's done?
I think he did do 90%, but the 10% is going to cost me, has already cost me.
Did he do damages?
No, and there's another part that he did improperly that didn't fix the problem that I hired him to fix.
All right, hold on, and we'll talk about that. I want to talk about radon as well. Radon gas is something that is in your home, possibly. More than half the homes in Colorado have a problem with radon. Absolute Radon Safety has detection kits that can test the air in your home. If you have a walkout basement, or even worse, you have an enclosed basement, no walkout, or you have a big crawl space, you could be susceptible to radon gas. It's odorless and it's also invisible. So give them a call to get it tested, especially if you're selling your house. It'll come up in an inspection maybe. Or if you're buying a new home, get it tested. Absolute Radon Safety. And you know, these systems for around $1,000 will completely take care of your problem in most cases. Give them a call and find out more. It's really important. It's a major cause of lung cancer, one of the major causes, and it also is not healthy for children. 303-880-0682. Get a test kit. It doesn't cost much at all, and then you can decide what to do. 303-880-0682.
From the L&L Heating and Air Conditioning Traffic Center, there's
1973, People versus banter in Colorado went all the way to the Colorado Supreme Court. Adams County issued him a ticket for violation of the state statute relating to suspension and altering systems. And they basically, the outcome was, you can't tell people they can't fucking do it. I mean, that's the outcome.
Wait a minute. The outcome is it's not against the law?
It's not against the law. So I guess this is the case
altering
law.
Suspension used to be against the law, right?
Up until 1973.
I used to be a friend of the banter.
No, you kidding?
I was the one that was an expert witness.
All I can find in your mechanic is that it can't alter the type that was originally used by the manufacturer. And to Mark's point, it can't be 3 miles high. It can only be 13 feet.
Ah, so you
Oh, thank you for that. Thank you for that. That exaggeration.
Colorado does not have to do
way
it.
too much.
Out in Franktown, we got people that pick up trucks with 10 inches in 13 feet.
They're on a run. You've got a stationary field.
He doesn't make any money. He uses his contractor price. Worry about those giant warehouses.
They held the statute unconstitutional in overbreadth. We held the ordinance of the city unconstitutional, stating that a law cannot be so general in scope.
I don't see it. I promise you, if you shop around, you'll pick. Don't resend the email. I have the email. I just don't see the statement.
That is, what else if you made it more safe? I mean, it's a ridiculous thing. What happens if you literally made it more safe?
You modified it.
You modified it. We're going to give you a ticket because you made your vehicle more safe.
So this exact modification, you take an older lease from CJ, and you put a long arm on it that are coil springs with all the modern stuff. You made that vehicle better.
Yeah, disc brakes.
Disc brakes, disc brake converters, all that stuff. It improves the vehicle.
Okay, the judgment has been affirmed, by the way.
So this is what they
That's
want.
from Captain Kenny Ryder is from Pueblo.
No, I understand. But
Well, yeah,
Well,
this is all he said. I figured we would
no, good. I thought like they had an official statement. Okay.
This is all we have.
Excellent. That's still good. But if I was looking for something different.
There's more restrictions on lights and window tinting and silly stuff like that.
Top shooting new spots. When can we do it? Shooting new spots.
I can do them anytime. I mean, as far as if you want me to do spots, I can do them anytime. About if you're talking about sound bites.
Yeah. We need to do radio spots and then I want to maybe do some stuff on Facebook.
Okay. Mark can talk about cool stuff, or if you already have your Facebook, you just want to put it on? Or do you want to go out to people and we push it? What do you want to do?
I think all of it.
Okay.
I think all of the above. All of the above. Yes. And it's more pizza too. I mean, what the
free pizza. You should do a free tire. Your next pro pack.
Okay, here's what we need to do. Okay, you want to do something fun? We do an Instagram contest for a Pro Auto jingle. People sing a 10 to 15 second jingle, and we do a contest.
That's cool.
And that will be a very cool contest. And you start out with one. I'll do one, or we just
all right.
And then we have to have. Do you have an Instagram?
Yeah, I do. Bro, I don't care if you have to.
Then we're going to have to do it like that. Cool. That will be a great campaign.
Great. I'll bring it on my.
And then we'll play them on the air.
Okay,
that's cool. Then we'll play them on the air. That's one thing we can do. Now, as far as sound bites, did you today after the show have the AC on?
No, let me get on your schedule. I'll tell you and see when it works. I play the air banjo.
The air banjo. You know who plays the banjo unbelievably? Probably the best banjo player you ever hear. Steve Martin. What a weird instrument to learn.
One guy said, I heard you talking to the guy and saying it was insurance fraud but not a crime. That's interesting. Well, but it's true. Might be interesting, but it's true. Not all fraud is crime. Sometimes it's civil fraud, meaning you've breached a contract, but no police officer, no one will arrest you for it. You're not going to be arrested for breaching a contract, but you could be committing fraud. So it's just that plain.
Yeah, I don't think there's a statute in Colorado that says you have to pay your deductible or you go to jail.
That's exactly right. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay, let's keep going. Is there anything back that I need to do? This contractor thing, 90% done. But she needs more work done, and it's going to be
Honey,
the 10%. Okay, what was the total contract price, Sherry? The total contract price if everything went according to plan.
$1,485.
14,000?
No, $1,485.
Okay, and now that's the whole price. How much have you paid so far?
$1,400.
And does he want more money?
No.
Okay.
Can I just explain this?
One other question, okay? Just one other question. So $1,485. Does he say he will be done with this for the extra $85? Or
No. It's done. He's done what he's going to do. But he gave me a 2-year warranty on the job, and he didn't actually finish it. I wasn't there. I'm an off-site owner, so I paid him by wire. And when I went down to inspect the next day, certain things that he said he had done were not done, and I just trusted him because he sent me photos of the majority of the work, and the leaking was still there, and he assured me that he was going to take care of it because he gave me a 2-year warranty. Then he disappeared. He just completely ghosted me, told me that his daughter had died from a heroin overdose. Come to find out, he'd been using the dead daughter excuse for years to not pay people and rip other people off, and he was actually in jail.
Sherry, so the work that was done, without exaggeration either way, is it a pretty good job or not?
Some of it, he did a very good job. Some of it, a 2-year-old could have done and needs a lot of repair.
Now, to finish this job as contracted, not to perfection or to another job, but for as originally contracted, how much do you think it's going to cost you to finish this and do a really good job?
$750 because I got another bid.
Okay, so now that's pretty good news in that he didn't do he didn't do a lot of big damage. Some of these clowns do a lot of damage. So you were only expecting to pay another $85 if it was done properly.
No, he gave me an $85 discount if I paid him by wire before I came down and inspected the property. And he gave me the excuse of that he has a guy going out of town that needs to get paid.
All right, I get you. Okay, what do we do with this guy? What's his name? What's his name?
This is what I want
What's
to do,
his name?
I know.
What's his name?
Is David Lewis. And his company is Grassroots Home Specialists. He's also gone by Grassroots Construction and Last Call. He's not a real contractor in Pueblo. I don't know if he's a contractor anywhere, but he lies. He makes up the excuse about his daughter dying so that he can just disappear with people's money.
Do you have his phone number?
Yeah, it's 719.
Well, I think what I'd like to do is first take a stab at calling him off the air so you don't give the number on the air.
Yeah.
I want you to give it to Suzanne.
Okay.
And we'll see what we do. When's the last time you talked to him?
About a week ago. He kept promising me he was going to pay me, and then he ghosted me again. So I think the scam is...
How much do you want him to pay you?
Well, I asked for $1,000 because I put a lot of time and trouble into getting other contractors.
Okay, did he say he would do it?
Clean up. I had to do some cleanup.
You don't have to justify it to me. I just asked how much you wanted. So, and he said...
Right now, I have an attorney that is asking him for $812.
Well, you should go for more if you have an attorney now.
Well, that's what he said I'm entitled to.
Okay, and he did the math, right, onto what it's going to fix.
Yeah, he said I cannot charge the guy for my time and trouble going to the hardware store, replacing keys.
He's kind of right, but, okay, Sherry, you need to, you have an attorney. Did you actually hire an attorney?
I have free legal service.
Okay, did you have prepaid legal?
Yes.
Okay, so that's good that you consulted. Yes. So, listen, we'll try to call the clown and scare him. I don't know if it'll help. You say he's been doing this for years. He may not care. But one for sure thing is if you got...
He's in a court case right now with someone that he ripped off for $8,000.
I was just going to say, if you go and get a... We got to put him on the Sleaze Brigade, so we need a bunch of information.
That's what I want to do is just get the word out.
Okay.
I know I will never see a penny from him.
Well, you could try small claims court. Hold on. Here's a few things I want to do, Suzanne. Please have her write all the details to us for the Sleaze Brigade, okay? We'll put the word out. Also, get his phone number and just try to give him a call and see what comes up. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Jane is back. Now, did I take Jane for... No, I haven't taken you yet. Jane, go ahead. What's happening, Jane?
I'm sorry. Right when I got on, my brother texted me.
That's okay. Jane, this is a Minnesota car dealer. And what was the issue? We started it yesterday. What's the issue?
I'd gotten an extended warranty, and they made a checklist and everything was looked over.
Right. And you went to okay. You have a car with an extended warranty. Now you need maintenance. Did you save about a couple grand? And I asked you to send the page because I want to know, is this maintenance or is this a defect that should be covered by the warranty? You sent me the warranty and you sent me the invoice. We'll take a look at it. So hold on. I'm Tom Martino. We have so much going on today. So please stick around. Art of Granite is doing your countertops for wholesale on the countertops. He charges for the fabrication and installation. But all countertops, whether granite or any other solid surface, you can buy at his place or you can buy anywhere else on his wholesale account. And then he also does your bathroom free if you have the kitchen done. He does a great job. And what I love about him, he'll give free prices. You call. He'll give you prices over the phone, no charge, no obligation. You call him up, tell him your measurements, send him a photo, and he'll give you a price, and it'll be within a few $100. Then you have to go out to Golden to his showroom and pick out the stuff, okay? The whole job takes 1 to 4 weeks. He does beautiful work. He also has cabinets with a small markup from the manufacturers, open 7 days a week. He serves Denver Metro and the mountain communities 7 days a week, 303-386-5919. Call him to find out where to send the photos, 303-386-5919.
Elevate your home this new year with new looks from the showroom. Choose from an unparalleled selection of luxury homes.
I missed something.
This guy's sneaking up on the titles.
Oh.
Okay, so Brent just got to me. He's not available today. And then Jesse Schillinger with Honest Accurate, I got him one. And then Jerry's kid called in on 8, the kid with the Jeep. He would like to talk to you. With the showroom.
I know what he's going to say.
Rolly's not going to
buys a lifted Jeep or lifted
Rolly's not going to make it. There's a wreck on the highway.
I felt so bad. Last week I had Andy Barella coming up from the Springs, not even
Okay, I
cleaning
can
that
help you
damn
with that.
funeral
I can
procession.
help you with that.
He tried for 2 hours to get here. Finally texted me and
You want to
said, I
just
had
shoot
tried
it?
for 2 hours.
Shoot
I
it to
could
me.
not get up there.
I'll put it
Felt
in
terrible.
my own words in a way.
That's, I think he did. I mean, everything was gridlocked down there.
It was away from there, but.
Well, yeah, but even Santa Fe was a mess. Anybody trying to get out of Castle Rock.
Once you commit to I-150,
You're kind of right, yeah. Anyway.
In some parts of
Bypasses down south, but yeah, once you're north of Castle Rock, well, you can go to your neighborhood, come back up that way. It's hard to get.
That procession was massive.
Yeah.
I saw the helicopter showing.
Tune in to the Mortgage Doctor this and every weekend. When it's time to buy a new home, lower your house payment, consolidate your debts, Steve Haney is the Mortgage
We
Doctor.
handled that well with the lady that she's talking to her about that because she was really trying to make something out of that stuff that wasn't there. You saw the deal about it. They weren't trying to hide anything from you.
No, I am so on the dealer side on that one. And understand, when she first called me, she actually said there's thousands of dollars of stuff that's wrong with the vehicle, which turned out to be complete bullshit.
You're right. We've gotten more than one call from kids who purchase cars based on looks, like these Japanese really high horsepower cars, or the
Craziest thing I've ever seen.
and they're not adequate.
This is literally how they close their border every day. Look at this. No, it's not. This is literally how they close this border every day.
Today is the day you break the stranglehold of addiction. You and your
They got
family
people
can't
waiting
lose another
on
precious day.
Every single day.
Please, if you are someone
What
you
the hell?
know
This is a
using
joke. Look at that helmet.
It's not. No, it's not a joke.
It's a mental health issue.
It's between India and Pakistan.
Related to
Every day they do this
substance
deal.
Please know you're not alone. There's help. Call the Raleigh.
It can't be. I guess maybe it's not real.
Concerns. 720-800.
Sure, man. I don't know. Look at all these people.
That's 720-893-5555.
In shows, in comedy shows, we got a lot of people.
Man, I'm telling you, I think this is a real deal.
About different treatment options, all evidence-based treatments designed to help reduce substance abuse.
That guy can almost kick himself in the forehead.
You need some health insurance.
I thought you could put your leg behind your head.
I can, but I can't put my. I can't do that.
I'd like to see that.
No, I think this is real as it gets, man. I think they literally do this every day.
What are you talking about, Mark? Right there, you were. What are we
They close the border every day between India and Pakistan with this ceremony.
Oh, every day.
Street border. Street border. Here's the real deal, though. Look at this, guys. Watch this. He thinks it's like fake. I don't think it's fake at all. Look at all the people.
Yeah.
Now, I can't say it's not the goofy. I don't know if it's any goofier than what they do in London.
So why would they be there clapping every day? They want to go over there?
You want to see the hat?
Apparently not a lot to do there.
How do you get a hat like that?
This is just the one side. I don't know if this is India or Pakistan. Here comes the other one.
The Pakistani.
Here they come.
They don't like each other.
No, they don't at all.
Well, I mean, why would this be fake, though? You know what I'm saying? What would be the purpose of it being fake?
Being real. Why would everybody be standing around there watching them?
You walk that way every day, don't you?
No, like
How you
that.
do?
That way. You see this split, man? It's incredible.
The Rockets.
I think maybe that's what they're doing. Literally, they're like two peacocks.
Gesture towards each other. I think.
Why would somebody have a mustache like that?
Yeah. Al was going to grow it. I was buying it up until you pointed out the
I was
mustache.
thinking I was going to grow that in.
Yeah, Mark, you could do that.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't think it's fake.
This show gets crazier by the day.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. If you're looking for stem cell treatment, Centeno Schultz. please go to a real living stem cell clinic. And I mean real living stem cells. And the only way to get it is if they harvest it from your body, from your bone marrow, or from your fat cells. That's the only way. And Centeno Schultz, one of the few clinics doing it. In fact, I can almost say there is no chiropractic office at all doing proper stem cells unless they are harvesting. You cannot have stem cells shipped in. You can't have it done. It's just not allowed, and it's too long to involve to explain, but the process would include making it a drug. And right now, to get living stem cells, Centeno Schultz uses guided injections. They have real MDs administering the shots and living stem cells. So if you have a problem with your joints, ACL tears, they can fix. In most cases, yes, shoulders, arms, backs. Here's elbows, 303-963-9201. Please, this is a lot of money for people, and I don't mean like just Centeno Schultz. I mean the industry. It's just a lot of money to put towards something. Do it right. 303-963-9201. They also have other modalities. You know, he said in most cases, Dr. Centeno, people don't need stem cells. And he can do it with PRP or something much less expensive and get the same results. So if you need stem cells and it's apropos, they'll do it. But it's not one size fits all with them. 303-963-9201, Centeno Schultz. Okay, Jesse is with Honest Accurate Auto in Colorado Springs, one of our experts. You know, Al Aramis waved in on this from Pro Auto Care, and I'm going to ask Jesse. We have a Jeep with a lift kit, and it's high, and it's a little unstable. Well, she says it's terribly unstable on the highway. And the guys from Master Drive here said that, yeah, they can be unstable on the highway, even dangerous. And Jesse, what if somebody had a lift kit on it? And it's hard without seeing the lift kit, but let's just say they had one. Is it difficult? You can't go back to original because it would be too expensive. But are there ways to stabilize the suspension without having to go all the way back to original?
Yeah, there's ways to do it, but it's never going to be completely stable like stock.
But, well, how good can you get it, though? You say not completely stable like stock. What are some of the things you would do?
Well, it all depends on the setup, you know.
Right.
Going back to, I just had a niece that brought one down. She bought it about 2 months ago.
Yeah.
We changed the stabilizer link up front. We changed the front and the rear bumper to get it more stable where it was connecting to that link. And then we did some arm change-outs in the bottom where the arms go down and across. But
did it help? If you had to give a percentage, would it be 20% better, 40% better? Do you know? I mean, just
for her, we got her about 60% better. She's she couldn't go above 40, 45. She's doing about 60, 65 comfortably.
That's what this gal has. She has a 4-link suspension.
4-link,
yeah, 4-point link.
Gotcha.
Now, Jesse, roughly what would it cost? I mean, around, and it might be expensive. I don't know. I'm just curious.
Yeah, but without seeing the vehicle,
range. Give me a range.
So for her, we put about $2,500 into hers. So
wow,
it's not cheap.
And that's his niece.
Thank you, Jesse. Honest Accurate Auto. No, they're a great shop down in Colorado Springs. 719-598-6306. So, Jerry, you know, right now you heard it's going to be, no matter what, it's going to be a couple grand. We know it's going to be a couple grand. Suzanne,
estimates in front of me. I have estimates in front of me to make it roadworthy, and they're about $7,300.
Yeah, but you're talking about taking the complete system out and going back.
No,
what did Mark say? Did he give an amount?
No.
It's just making it stable. That's it. Making
Jerry,
it stable, roadworthy.
Okay. Jerry, it's not going to be 7,000. Okay, so if they're telling you 7,000, then they're putting it back to the way it was originally. But it doesn't matter because you're not going to spend it anyway. So here's the deal.
Isn't that thing pretty easy to sell in Colorado?
If I were you, the sun is on 8.
Kelsey.
I don't know what Kelsey can say that'll help, but Kelsey, go ahead. You want to weigh in on this? Go ahead, Kelsey. Kelsey, go ahead, sir. This is the sun. Are you there, Kelsey, or not? I guess he's not there. So here's the deal, okay? I don't think you can do anything. But if you want to try, how much did you say did it cost, Mark? Did she mention the price? I thought I wrote it down. Hey, Jerry, how much?
$25,500.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I don't know if that's if everything was driving okay and she wasn't having a problem. I think that's a pretty reasonable price.
No, it might be a great look. Jerry, here are the solutions that I see for me. If it was mine, I would get a real estimate for making it stable, not original, still have the cool look, I would probably then sue in small claims court for the cost of that repair from someone on a referral list. I would go to small claims court and make your argument. Don't make arguments like this. It was illegal to sell under this act or this or this. It just isn't. It's not illegal. We've looked at, but when you were on hold here, Mark has been looking, and so has, both Marks. Mark from Master Drive's been looking. There are no laws that we can find that are broken. It doesn't look like fraud. It was completely open for you guys to drive and examine. You're going to lose if you try to make it sound like fraud. In my opinion, you're going to lose if you simply appeal to what I would call appropriate purpose. They knew, even though there is nothing fraudulent, they knew damn well this was going to be used on the roads, and it was specifically built for off-road, and they're the experts, not you. I wouldn't go any further than that.
There might be another argument.
Fit for a particular use. Let me ask Kelsey, and then we'll go.
Yeah.
Kelsey, you want to weigh in. Kelsey is actually Jerry's son, who the Jeep is for. Go ahead, Kelsey.
All right, can you guys hear me now?
Yes, go ahead, please. And
okay,
we don't have to go over old ground. Go ahead.
Yeah, for sure. So, like he said last time, we did not go out on the test drive for a whole hour. We were gone for 5 minutes.
I didn't say you did. Who said that?
No, I know. No, the guy who owned the...
When the owner was out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kelsey,
And
but Kelsey, that's your fault.
Minutes.
That's your fault that you didn't go out for a test drive.
No, but he said, I got to get back. It's my son's varsity football game.
Okay, so
and
Kelsey,
like,
then...
I'm trying to buy a $25,000 vehicle.
Okay, so Kelsey, you're making an argument for them. You bought it anyway. Why would you do that? You just said you're pissed off. Here you're thinking in your mind, I'm buying a $25,000 vehicle, and this guy won't even let me drive it. Why didn't you just walk and come back?
Yeah, I should have. But here's another thing. I've owned like 6 lifted trucks, one of them on 40-inch tires. And I thought that it would just be fine. Like my Jeep before this one,
now see, hold on.
$250,000.
The guy is making the argument for them again. Don't you go to court with your mom and say this, because you are an experienced lifted buyer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It looked just fine and everything, and it drove fine on 40. We didn't go on the highway on the test
The
drive.
dealer might want to bring him to court.
Yeah, I know, the dealer, to make his case. Here, Kelsey, listen, I know that, in my opinion, this... I don't know why they're not just exchanging but listen, they don't have to.
I have an argument.
You got to come up with a better argument.
I got one.
What?
Okay. They wouldn't have, remember, they bought the warranty. The warranty should have never been sold because it doesn't cover anything modified.
Right.
The entire vehicle's
right, but they refunded that.
That's right,
No,
but maybe. Let me finish.
They're going
maybe they wouldn't have purchased that vehicle if they knew they couldn't buy a warranty for it.
I wouldn't have bought the vehicle if I knew that I wouldn't have the warranty.
Okay, but
I wouldn't.
That's okay. I understand.
It's just an argument.
No, it's a good one. It's a good one. But they're going to have to file a lawsuit. This is not small claims court. They have to file a lawsuit.
And once again, do you guys think you can sell it for $25,000? There must be someone out there in Colorado that wants a lifted Jeep.
Yeah, as soon as they drive it, though, and see how all over the road it is, they're going to change their
Oh,
mind.
I'm talking someone that truly wants an off-road Jeep to go up to Moab or something.
Yeah, for sure, and that's what I wanted. That was me. I'm a young kid. I love off-roading. I love
Jesse, don't go to court with your mother. I'm serious, don't, because you're saying you wanted it, you knew it was lifted, you've had lifted vehicles before. Jerry, just so you know, Kelsey, we had our mechanic look at it, and just so you know, so you don't make this mistake, it's not defective. I know you're trying to say, well, I've had lifted trucks before and they work just fine. This is not defective.
Okay.
Our guy said it is not defective. So that's important to know. I mean, because any mechanic that comes in there for him, for the dealer, is going to say there's nothing defective.
Okay, but he said there was missing links. That's
one missing link that you can replace for nothing. It's not going to be a lot of money for one missing link. That won't make it stable, the one missing link. What you need is about $2,000 or more worth of work. It could be 2, 3, 4.
And that's where the warranty came in. That's where my
Jesse, see, you're making. I mean, Kelsey, here, let me explain this. Even if you had the warranty is for defects. This wouldn't be a defect. We keep going in a circular
You're
argument.
in a bunny hole.
They keep thinking that the warranty would have fixed the drivability.
The reason
it
why
would not.
we were told that. That's what they told us.
Jerry, well, guess what? It doesn't. Because, okay, hold on. Jerry just spilled the beans. They told them it would fix the driving problem. That's why they bought the warranty. Therefore, they knew about the driving problem before they bought it. She just told me that. Jerry, you just told me... Wait a minute. You just told me they said that the warranty would cover the driving problem.
The lift kit and tire modifications is what I just said.
Okay, but they refunded the money for the warranty.
No, they have not.
So,
they said they're going to.
Well, okay, they better, by the way. We got to call them on that. We're behind you on that one. You got to get your money back for that. Folks, if you want a lifted Jeep, you better give us a call. I don't know how to help these folks because we don't necessarily have an illegal transaction.
Oh, it was getting better.
Oh, I've had
this is what Ted's lifted vehicle.
But you know that's why he's gonna, because it's cool.
Yeah, I never make it.
And he's gonna go over and mow it.
He didn't realize this one was truly made for off-road.
It'd be a lot
That's
nicer
the
if
thing.
we had.
You had lifted vehicles. This one is a level above what you
That's exactly right. Now, I lifted my Jeep Sport. But you know what I did? I put these little things in between the springs and brought it up about a half inch.
No, that's not a lift.
Yeah, just raise it
The
up.
whole lift kit was $12.
Yeah, but he's probably had older trucks with solid axles.
Bigger, wider.
And solid axles that hit totally different.
Hey, who didn't put shackles on the back of their ladies? No, I remember that. You go buy them first, I think you used to sell them. They cut their own.
We didn't put a playing card in their spoke on the bicycle.
Yeah, I remember buying my car. Lakewood ladder bars. Lakewood ladder bars.
This is the lowest I found, and it was just and that's for 2 people.
Back in the day.
But, you know, I'll keep looking.
Wait, this is for 2?
That's for 2 people.
It would be awesome if they could have undone the deal. That would have been undo the deal. But
Okay.
you bought it as is.
It's actually lower doing it for 2. Because it's so like
And
this
you
one
signed
was
all the documents.
Send all the documents that said it's as is.
You know what we're going to get this year?
Yeah, it's actually,
Oh, he's already coming around.
Okay.
I know where you can get one.
We're going to get season tickets to...
To downtown?
Yeah.
That's not that.
To what? To plays for performing arts, all the plays that come. The Broadway shit.
Yeah.
You're looking.
Doing the missus?
Yeah, it's not actually that bad. That's not Susanna.
No, good idea.
We're here in the miss. I bet you and the missus would like it as well.
Well, we do.
What's the woman you'll ever have? 3 times the man you'll ever be.
Thank you very much. I got to go back on the air. Just find it then and let me know what you.
Oh my goodness.
No, she says, "Oh, I find it a little cheaper."
You guys don't
I
do
don't
that.
want to bother. Why? Because
But you get to pick.
She's not going to buy it.
It's like $1,200 a
They're
ticket.
doing this. I don't know why.
But you get to pick, I think, 6 coming. So if you really in there with great seats.
It is unbelievable what they have.
Oh, there's huge ones coming this next year, too.
I want to show the movie West. Switch the subject. Movie West, the greatest show. Anybody get to see that yet? With P.T. Barnum?
No, not yet, but I heard
Damn.
Is it in the theaters right now?
Damn, yeah.
It's out?
It's out. You got to go see it. And
P.T. Barnum.
yeah, the greatest
The
show.
circus.
The greatest show. Right.
It's his life.
It's about how he launched and what he did and when he was in that basic warehouse.
But it's a movie.
It's a musical, actually.
Oh, really?
Phenomenal.
It's like L.A. What was that? What was the movie that was similar like that?
But it's a movie.
Yeah,
It's a movie
theater. Yes. It is so worth seeing. The acting is fabulous. The singing is over the top. I took my family for New Year's Day and they just
Musicals scare me, but you think it's good.
You can
Like,
enjoy it. If you
I like
don't like
Wizard
it,
of Oz.
if
It's
you
about
don't like it,
my
I'll
own
take your
music.
ticket. I'll refund your ticket.
Would you refund mine also?
I was there knowing
Can we announce that on air? Can we make that part of the ProPack pledge?
But I didn't say what you taking I was going to refund.
Everything looks good with your resume, so let's...
What was it, Murray, that was just out and won all the awards a year ago?
What are you looking for tickets for, Tom?
The thing was terrible. Dallas.
Oh, you mean airfare?
I heard that stories.
What dates, do you know?
Oh, then it must be terrible.
I wanted to leave.
You didn't like it? No, I couldn't get 5 minutes. For me to stop watching a freaking movie says a lot. I watched some bad movies all the way through just because
I could actually accept the show Tuesday. It wouldn't be the end of the world if I had to.
I can't do this.
But this Monday, right? Or this Sunday? Or the next Sunday?
This week, right now, like right away. So that's the hard part. Okay. Well, you definitely did a good job.
Their Wi-Fi.
And where is it? Dallas, you said?
Oh, you can't plug in.
Yeah, either field.
They have. You could plug into this one.
I'm Tom Martino. John Fuller, Fuller Law. If you need a personal injury attorney, John Fuller. Here's the good part. He's in charge of every single case.
Not pushed off to a legal assistant. Now, he does have legal assistants, but he oversees each and every case and takes them on himself, and he talks to you personally, and he then searches for various ways to get paid. That's the biggest problem in personal injury that no one wants to talk about. When people say, I can't find an attorney, what they really mean is they can't find an attorney who can get paid because they work on contingency. John Fuller knows linking coverages and also coverages from relatives and households and companies and employees and employers. There are so many areas people can collect they don't even know about, even if you're a pedestrian. If you're in an auto accident of any kind, let John Fuller know. You should always talk to an attorney with an injury of any kind if someone else caused it, no matter what, because John will always tell you if you have a good case or not. 303-597-4500. 303-597-4500. Just remember, Fuller Law. He's on my referral list. His website is personalinjuryco.com. Now, Jane, I didn't forget about you. If anyone has an idea for that lift kit, please let us know. Susie, you bought a car that doesn't pass emissions, and if it's a private deal, this is what we've talked about before. The private deals, you have to do a small claims court. If you had a dealer, you can go to the dealer license board or the motor vehicle department, not motor vehicle, but, you know, the dealer board, and they will enforce it or take the license away. But what happened? Give me the circumstances.
Hi, Tom. So my son, who's very ambitious, got his first job, bought a car. He's not able to drive until February. So from the time of buying the car until now, we've had it in our garage. We did take it to a mechanic before buying it.
Now, when you bought it, you took it to a mechanic. When you bought it, did it have an active registration?
That's the thing. I am not sure.
Well, was it on the road? Did it have plates?
It did have plates, but I'm not sure if the plates had expired or not. I have no reason to think that they had, but I'm just not sure.
So what happened?
And so we, the mechanic said there are a few things, but there's nothing urgent. We took it in. It didn't pass emissions.
What car is it?
It is a 2003 Nissan Sentra.
So otherwise, is it a nice car otherwise?
It's a good first car.
Okay.
It has, it has some miles on it. It's
how many miles?
Beautiful to look at, but my son...
How many miles?
My son's excited. Let me see. It has...
Roughly, just roughly.
About 160,000.
Okay, so why won't it pass? What were you told?
We were told it was the NOx system.
Guys...
That was the part that wouldn't pass. So we took it back to the mechanic. He said, try changing the oil, topping some things off.
Yeah.
We did what was recommended.
Yeah.
And we went back, and it actually did worse the second time than the first time.
Okay, guys. Al Aramis or Jeff Vick, any...
We're happy to weigh in, absolutely. Multi-gases measured. CO, HC, these are
What's
gases.
the NOx sensor?
NOx is possibly the sensor or failing on NOx.
It could be the NOx sensor.
Well, they're checking the gas, NOx. It's part of the emissions.
What does NOx mean?
NOx, I'm not, I don't know. Noxious oxide, is that what it is?
Are you sure?
That was a class a long time ago.
No. What I meant was, that they check for nitrous oxide?
It's something that's produced in emissions. It's a 4-gas analyzer.
Okay.
You're reading. Anyway, long story short, the report will really tell you where it failed. Numbers of things can cause car to fail. Did it fail in the CO or the HCs? Do you know? They'll say it right on your report.
when I'm looking at it, the HC pass, CO2 pass, CO pass, it's the not.
Susie, did you get this emission tested within 3 days of buying a vehicle?
No, we
I
didn't.
think you're going to have a really tough time because they can always make the argument at the time it would have passed, but you waited too long. Now, I'm not saying there is a law that says 3 days, but dealers, there is a 3-day voucher. You have to have it done within that 3 days. So, as far as getting, here's the point. As far as getting them to pay for it, it's not going to happen. But unless they want to do it. You don't have a legal right to demand it, but you could take it to one of our shops and they can probably fix it and it won't be much.
With PatriotSoftware.com. Usually, can it be something serious? Oh, it can be.
Yeah. Not really. You have so much in your pollution.
Have her hang on.
214. From a computer to
214.
What is the flight?
It's just the modification.
For a round trip?
Yeah, you leave Dallas at January 14th.
Wait. Tell me what.
8:07 p.m.
Hold on. No, I'm saying, when do we leave here? That would be the most important thing. When do we leave here?
January 14th, Sunday at 8 o'clock.
No, I want you to. Oh, Sunday at 8 at night?
Yeah.
Okay, and then what?
Then you would come back on the 16th at 5:40 a.m.
Oh, that makes a big
Tuesday.
If we came back Tuesday, okay.
At 5:40 a.m.
Okay, hold on. Let me tell her to put her.
Total 214.60.
For both of them.
Yeah, for both my ass. Per person. That's cheap as hell, though. 107 each leg.
And this is on Frontier.
Remember, you got to buy. Now, this plane, unlike some of the other ones, they load it the best way possible. They load it from the front. Don't you guys seriously, when you get on an airplane, you know how they load by section? It's better to load from the front back, correct? No matter how it's not. Well, okay. How come everybody else thinks that?
No, because the way you lead the question. When you walk into a plane, the first thing you come into are people who are in front of you getting. If they loaded the back, everyone would work.
Think of all the people you get to meet.
Unbelievable.
No, if people would just go, if they would take the back section, and here's the reason they say,
if you had to put your baggage above yours,
he's anti-social. That's the part. People are afraid they won't have overhead, so they let the people...
So they fill up the front as they're going to the back, and then the people in the front get over back.
What they should do, wrong? What they should do is code the carry-ons. They should give you a tag for your carry-on.
And it goes in the compartment.
And it goes in the compartment. If it says this section, that's
no, because I don't want to have to bring my carry-on all the way to the back if I'm in the back. I'd much rather put it in the front.
Well, but that would piss me off because I'm sitting in the front first class.
So you're saying you put your bag in the front, you go back and walk?
Of course, he's that guy.
I would.
He's that guy.
That's what most of us do to get on the plane first.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no. If you get on the plane first, you put it up first and sit first.
No, because my seat might be in the...
He's got the airline card. He gets preferred boarding. The seat's way in the back.
Da Vinci.
You can't have a back seat.
Not only that,
because he's got the airline card and he gets preferred.
you can buy early boarding.
Yeah, you can buy.
Frontier, you buy for $5, you can get early boarding. It doesn't matter where you sit.
What
Right, United's got their credit card.
So I can put my luggage in the front. That's the only reason you give a shit.
So when every seat's taken
You
up,
have to trip that
and
guy
they don't
who's
even
with the bathroom.
be two big fat chicks, they're going to be having a...
No, we're not. We're talking about assigned seating. If you're sitting in the back, way in the back. It's assigned
Do you want,
seating now.
seriously, if you have carry-on, do you want to carry that luggage all the way to the back, or as soon as you get on the plane, you want to put it in the overhead right there?
If I see you...
I have issue with that. I wouldn't put it in the front.
Oh, my God, you have to put it
No. I can see what he's saying.
Yeah, I
it's
do
obviously logical to put it in the front and walk to. If you had a seat in the back, if you could do that, but it's inconsiderate.
Right.
Yeah, because
it's wrong.
I think it's wrong.
It's just wrong. It's wrong.
It is wrong.
I park forward, too, when I parallel park. I pull in forward. I don't back up.
I do either way.
So, like, if you stopped and you were going to back up and parallel park, I'd pull in.
You would duck in behind.
I'd duck in.
You would duck in.
I'd pull the duck back
The airline
So he's the guy that drives like he's driving a tractor trailer, doesn't get in the side lane to make the turn too. Makes you come to a stop because he's driving a tractor
And I
trailer.
generally drive 10 miles less than the speed limit in the passing lane.
In the passing lane.
Because you want to be a cop.
That's me. I don't like people speeding.
You from Pueblo?
Okay, thanks, bye.
That's as cheap as it gets. Tell her Frontier. That's where it's the cheapest, man. Literally. Dallas Fort Worth is
Frontier's great. You like Frontier? Oh, I cannot stand that.
I'd be curious how much Dallas.
I love them. They were my favorite.
I didn't know they had 2 airports now. Did you guys know that? DFW's got 2 airports? That's always had. I had no idea.
Ron wants to put up a smoke.
They call it a field, don't they? They call it a field. What's the name of the airport?
Well, actually, I don't even.
Tell me what you want to do. Tell me what you want to do. What would you like to do, bro?
Through Monday. Winter driving skills for 99.
2 hours. Now, do they have to take it now or no?
Delivery? No,
it's a seasonal
I had to
offer.
pick Saturday, so.
We only offer it in the winter.
Well, they give a 4-hour window.
But you get to 9. Okay.
They
I just stay there.
Sharon was on for screening deal.
We got a lot, man. We got
Yeah.
your kitchen set.
We're rolling.
He got behind an accident.
Going there tomorrow.
My favorite brand there is
furniture.
not Lane. What's the brand I like? I love Ashley.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, it's decent.
We never out. We end up
I used to
doing
buy-
it before it breaks.
I used
We
to
get
buy
rid of
Kincaid from Casey's Fine Furniture and Kincaid all the time. They wasn't any better.
We're too busy right now, but you need to bring up that putting your luggage in the front and sitting in the back.
He was waving at you.
Okay, would you bring it up and I'll get pissed?
That'll help your reputation.
Yes.
Consumer advocate Tom Martino. I use Zero Res. I wouldn't have anyone else. I've never had cleaner, fresher carpets. You can too. And now get 3 room areas done.
He does that.
303-471-5150. You know, I can't believe how clean my carpets feel with Zero Res.
I stole your.
It's all without soap, harsh chemicals, or detergents. When I walk on my carpets after Zero Res, they feel new. 303-471-5150.
That's why I said
You're a serial entrepreneur.
Can't believe you did it.
Congratulations, small business owners.
Al, when I was in New Orleans, this guy comes up to me and goes,
But now it's
I can tell you where you got your shoes.
Start by honoring
And I said, what are you talking about? There's no way you can talk
overpriced
like
error from payroll
So he
provider.
bets me.
Why not start the year
What am I
fresh?
going to do? There's no way he knows I bought my shoes.
Right.
That's
right.
He goes, you got your shoes
payroll
on
and
your
payroll
feet.
tax filings for up to 100 employees.
He used this one on me already.
Rate us 4.9.
You already suckered me in.
But I wanted you to understand the origin.
You two were laughing together for like everybody that did it. Martino brought it up and said, you guys have said this joke over and over.
I almost put him on the floor when I said, I don't think he ever heard it before. I said, I think their problem's really a loose nut behind the wheel. He was literally almost on the floor.
No, I can't believe you told the person that.
That was good. But I wanted you to know the origin of my shoe story.
And you know, I'm pretty moved and motivated by
He
the
told
entire
Suzanne's story too. About the black
Suzanne
guy.
got so mad when I said her story one time. Oh my God, she was pissed. I mean, no joke, you should. She was so pissed.
Tom Martino from
You can't feel my story. You got enough.
If you can, I'm feeling down.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. What's going on in your life and how can we help you? This hour brought to you by Ideal Home Loans. This is Car Day. We're talking about cars, but not just about cars. If you have car questions, we'll answer them. We'll call. We've had a lot of calls about car sales. And we have one about emissions. If it doesn't pass emissions, see if Bob the car guy is around. By the way, Ideal Home Loans, for your next Ideal Home Loan, they have the interest rate guarantee. If you refinance and rates go down, and a lot of people are worried about that. Well, don't let it bother you. If they go down, they'll refinance you free of all lender fees. And here's the deal. They also have custom term loans. You can pick any term you want. A lot of people want that lower interest rate to save on the interest and pay more of the principal, but they don't want to go back to 30 years. You can do that too. In fact, you can pick any term you want, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, I mean any one you want. 303-867-7000, 867-7000, idealhomeloans.com. Okay, Susie said she bought a car from her private owner. It doesn't pass emissions. What are the rules? Technically, at the time of sale, a car should pass emissions or you can't sell it. Technically. But you don't have a dealer license for them to take away. However, in small claims court, you could get your money back if you did it right away. But if you waited a few weeks, the seller can simply make the argument, it passed emissions when I had it. So it's difficult.
That's exactly right.
So, Susie.
Yes.
What Al told me, I thought it would be minor. He said it could be expensive. What's worst case scenario, Al, for a car that
you throw in numbers that is tough. Tom, the vehicle's emission system has to pass. Period. And a NOx
could it be a rebuilt engine?
Doubt it. So let me talk about fuel injectors can cause this issue. It's a byproduct of carbon of emissions. It could be your catalytic converters, could be your oxygen sensor, could be all of those. So it's really tough. You got to start off with an inspection diagnosis. What she has is one of the levels failed. She's got to get it to pass.
Okay. Now, why did you call, Susie? What were you wondering about?
Well, yeah. So my question was, what do we do from here? What are we looking at cost-wise to repair it? Are there things that we can do before having to go down, like a catalytic converter?
No, you bring it to a shop, you get a diagnostic. You pay a shop an inspection to do the diagnostics as to why it failed. Somebody has to be state approved. The shops have to do the repairs. And you wind up, we have gas analyzers. We read and see where the readings are. We begin our test.
What does that cost?
$120. $120
for $120, what do you tell her?
I go in, I start testing the system.
What do you tell her?
What do I tell her? I tell her what... Well, I measure everything and I get the readings down and I tell her what it's going to take to fix it.
Good. So for 120, that's your first step, Susie.
So weigh this one in on all of it, too. Most people don't know that the seller's supposed to provide the emissions test. Okay. They're supposed to. But nobody ever follows it. Nobody ever knows it. So next time you buy a car, have them provide an emissions test.
There is something, though, I believe that he told me, Bob the car guy, he just dabbles with cars a lot, and he said something about if you had it done within the last 6 months, I think, you can leave it on the car, and the new owner still has to get one, but I don't know. I got to ask. I always get confused. The emissions test thing is just something I never committed to memory. If anybody knows, chime in.
Al, is there still a cap on what you have to spend in order to get the car registered the first year, and then you have to spend that again?
It's on the early vehicles. On the newer ones, basically, if your emissions light is on, to get a waiver, you have to get the light off. Number one, that's a requirement that's needed. As far as spend, you can go to them, and they can talk to you about getting a waiver.
Okay.
We can't issue that. They have to do that.
Now, we have something here about from Pueblo Police. We have a crazy lady on tape that a guy taped his neighbor, and she harasses the entire neighborhood. It's on our Facebook page. It's crazy, literally. And she also writes crazy stuff on her fence with black spray paint so everybody can see, including the F word. Okay. And we said Pueblo Police won't do anything, or the caller did. And this is what the police, Captain Kenny Ryder, wrote. I hope you're not under the impression that the Pueblo Police Department hasn't responded to this situation. To the contrary, our patrol division is well aware of the problem. Our officers have proactively visited the problem neighbor along with our CIT clinicians, mental health therapists, who ride with our officers. Since our last visit with the neighbor, a municipal warrant for harassment has been issued for her arrest. Okay, Mark, we need to put this, Suzanne, we need to copy and paste this into a comment or into an update, okay, on the Facebook. Additionally, with respect to the problem neighbor striking the pedestrian in her vehicle, the officer who investigated the incident has drafted a report and referred assault officers to the district attorney's office. Please note that the problem neighbor was gone before officers arrived. The Pueblo PD is doing everything we can within the scope of our authority to help the neighborhood. Proactive visits, referral to mental health care, and criminal charges. Thank you, Captain Kenny Ryder. Okay. Oh, okay. I'm happy. I am very happy. So let's coordinate the reply. Mark, do you want to make that? You want to?
I'll just cut and paste that into it.
Yeah, that's good. So thank you very much for getting back to us on that. 303-713-8255. So Jane, poor Jane. Oh, my goodness. So Jane, listen. Are you there? Jane? Jane. She's not there. She's in Minnesota, Apple Auto, And I have her stuff here, and I looked at it, and I'm so sorry I didn't get back to her. Here's the deal. She has a warranty here, okay? Look at the warranty, Mark, and then there are problems here. So, guys, look at the problems that the shop found. And are these warranty issues, or are they just normal maintenance? The warranty company says, here, the warranty company says it's normal maintenance, and stuff that the warranties don't normally cover. Since you guys deal with warranties all the time, are these things that warranties would normally cover? Now, Ken says he knows a place that woman can get her Jeep fixed, or that guy, the kid, can get his Jeep fixed. Ken, help us out.
Yeah, I've got 2 Jeeps that are lifted, Tom, and I'll drive them both down the highway at 80 miles an hour.
Well, that's because they're not like this one. There must be something different.
No, my one doesn't have nothing stock under it. It's got 40-inch tires on it, and there's nothing stock underneath. It's all been replaced.
Why do you think this one wobbles?
Because they took it to the wrong place to have it.
Well, they didn't take it. They bought it.
Whoever installed it installed something wrong. If they take it to Full Wheel Parts, they put new lifts. They put them lifts on daily. They put them long arm lifts on daily, and they'll straighten it out for her. They can.
What's the name of the place?
4 Wheel Parts. There's 2 of them. There's one on Federal, and there's one out off of Pecos.
So are you saying that lifted Jeeps can be as stable as a normal Jeep?
Yes, sir. I've got 2 of them.
I find that very, very hard to believe.
I've got 2 of them. I'll take you for a ride in either one of them.
Well,
I got a 2001 Jeep Cherokee is lifted, and it goes down the road. The only thing it has in it is a little vibration in it from the front drive shaft because I don't have the lockout.
All right, so I'm glad you gave us a referral for her. Thank you. Darren also has a comment on that Jeep call. Go ahead, Darren.
Yeah, Casey and his mom. His mom's an enabler. I mean, you just don't you don't buy a Jeep that goes off-roading and expect it to be perfect.
But this guy that called said, hey, even if it's made for off-road, it'll drive on the highways perfectly.
You know, even if you look at the commercials, it said, this is just a stunt. Don't do it. You know, it's like they false advertised. And no, those things with that kind of tires and lift kit, it isn't going to go down the highway at 50 miles and 60 without wobbling. I mean,
yeah,
that's impossible. And she's an enabler. That's all it is.
Yeah, I understand. I'm sorry, Darren. I cut you off. Go ahead. Okay. Thank you for calling. I have who's now dead? This is Bill. Bill, go ahead.
Hey, that guy's wrong. Anyway, but...
well, wrong about what?
About not having a lift kit. I got a brand new truck. I got a Chevy
No, wait.
Colorado
What do you mean
ZR2.
about not having a lift kit? Which one are you commenting on? The guy that said you can have a lift kit and it'll be just as stable as a stock Jeep, or the guy that said you can't have a lift kit?
And you can't. I'd have to disagree.
So are you saying that a lift kit will not affect stability?
I've got a ZR2 that's probably got a 6-inch lift on. It's brand new, 2018. It don't shake at all.
What is a ZR2?
Colorado ZR2.
What is it?
Chevrolet.
Yeah, but now we're talking about a truck with a 6-inch lift kit as opposed to a long-arm suspension system on a Jeep.
Well,
it's a totally different animal.
That's not what I called for. I called for. Am I the only one going crazy with the tire pressure gauge?
No, they suck.
Oh, mine is terrible
mine,
now.
They always, because of the varying temperatures.
Mine works good.
Right,
you never get an error?
I had to deal with Phil.
It's done great, actually, really good. I'm surprised. This car has done great for me. Other cars I've had, man, they go off every time.
I wish you would make them but you're not the only one, Bill. Seriously, you're not the only one. People are having issues all over. And I wish they would make them less sensitive.
Al, how many people drive up to your shop every day going, hey, my TPMS lights on?
Every day, every other car. Honest to God.
Okay, so you're definitely not the only one.
It's unbelievable.
I hated it
Mike
back
from
then.
Purefoy Chevrolet has a screaming deal. We'll be the judge of that. Okay, Mike, what is it?
Hey, Tom, we have a 2008 Dodge Durango SLT. It's cloth seats, does have third-row seating, new tires, new brakes, new wiper blades.
How many miles?
162,000 miles.
Great shape?
Great shape. I mean,
Hemi?
it's turnkey, ready to go. I mean, just
new tires.
Does it have the Hemi?
Tires, new brakes. Has the 4.7 V8 in it.
How's the wheel? How's the windshield?
Windshield's fine. Windshield's good.
And it's $7,999.
Ooh, that's cheap.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. That kid should have bought this. $7,999. Oh my God, it's an 08. Okay, let's give the number out for Purifoy Chevrolet. By the way, they have other used cars and trucks too.
Was it four-wheel drive?
Oh,
I would think so, but let's make sure.
Is it four-wheel drive?
Yes, Tom, it's four-wheel drive.
All right. So, Purifoy, check them out. Not just for this. This is a Dodge Durango SLT 08, $7,999. $1 under $8,000. It's a good deal. 303-659-8311. But of course, they're the home of the greatest, bestest customized Corvettes anywhere in the universe, and really good vehicles. 303-659-8311.
From the L&L Heating and Air Conditioning Traffic Center.
I love that. That's my new go-to move.
We have a professional opinion on this estimate too.
A professional opinion?
That's just not.
And I have no idea.
The professional's not here.
I have no idea what the warranty covers as far as it, because all she sent was this that says it is a gold premier warranty.
Oh, you got the gold.
I mean, things like the leaks may or may not be covered under warranty, but the other stuff is definitely maintenance.
Like what, spark plugs?
It's maintenance. It was towed in because the crack nose blew out. I would have bugged Daphne for the pizza. I mean, we could fall over with it. Is it here?
We're withering.
I mean, I want just to warm up.
Me too. May not be a word.
Can I harass the help? Absolutely. Harass away.
You know what? I've been keeping the studio a little more cooler. Is that too much?
A little cooler. My God,
Are you guys really? It's been a wonderful.
You got a sweater. You got a sweater on.
But
he's got long underwear.
Do you notice how we're dying? Not do you notice how live I am when it's cool? I'm serious. I hate you.
And line her up. He'll be up here in a minute.
I really, my back hurts.
You convinced us.
Pretty lively.
No, I do have a coat.
Hey, gentlemen, pizza's here.
Oh, I was here to warm up.
You got to be out here. I'd appreciate it if you would have picked up the pizza.
This guy.
You haven't eaten in 2 hours. I should send it. I'm sending it. Here, she's right there.
Just tell her your messages are about as slow as our pizza.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Adjacent passengers will be seated 2 rows apart from each other. The first wave of passengers would be in order: 30A, 28A, 26A, 24A. For a typical airline, there would be 12 such waves, 1 for each seat in a row.
So why do they say they go from the front back or more?
In field tests, this method has outperformed all others.
You should print that out and really get it so...
No, I'm making this the major way. I'm going to come up with it. It's going to be what we talk about Tuesday. I'm going to act like I gave us fucking weeks of thought and design. And I'm going to say I tested it. I even got 80 people. And I rented an airplane.
We did it several times.
All right, Dan, you're doing the show.
Okay.
Dano, get on that mic over there.
Hey.
You know, we had pizza come. It's funny. I was literally leaving the studio to go get pizza, and the only person that would have been left here was Dano. 303-713-8255. You know, you guys are killing me there. I almost left the studio as well. And then what would happen? I got to put headphones on. Hold on, folks.
We have wide open lines.
All right, wide open lines. 303-713-8255. Tommy Boy's eating pizza on his way back in. You know, the scary part, Tom, is I had 1 foot out the door, and Dan would have had to come back.
Okay, now
Dan could have handled it.
I'm eating right now. I won't eat live on the air. So he was waiting for me to swallow. Here's the number. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. We have open lines. Get me somebody with an open mouth, please. My experts are gone. I want to mention something that's really important. And this is, hold on, where is it? Century RV. So many people say, well, you have car day, why don't you talk about RVs? I want to tell you they have a 30,000 square foot showroom in Lakewood, just north of 6th Avenue between Kipling and Sims. But they're still at the 119 turnoff to Longmont, north of I-25. When we talk about RVs, we've been getting some complaints. This guy says, well, you never talk about them. Big diesels that don't make it up the hill. They buy diesels, and they literally are so bogged down when they're going up the mountain. People are beeping at them and upset. Now, I never had a problem when I had a diesel. Can you guys tell me, are any of you familiar with RVs? Are you, Al? As far as power.
Oh, absolutely. I've owned multi.
Well, these over-the-road truckers do it all the time.
Right.
So what is the secret to a motorhome going up the mountain? Let's say, what do they need in it to do it? What's the minimum?
Well, the computer now on the diesels affects so much of the altitude. That's why you see some of these carriers, some of the guys that haul the fuel up the mountain, those trucks don't hesitate going up the mountain.
Right,
and
so what do you need?
Much of them are not fuel. Well, the newer style, what you need is the computer that runs. Most of the new RVs now with the big diesels,
they're fine.
They have all the power in the world. Some of the older stuff does not. The turbo is not sized correctly for the altitude because there's
nothing really you can do about it, is what you're saying.
Right.
So if you're going to test drive it, you better test drive one up the mountain.
I bought a diesel, and I did just that. I bought it from Nolan's, and I think it was Nolan's, and said, I want to drive up the foothills. I want to drive the Genesee if I'm going to buy this.
How about that I-70? And a lot of people coming from back east say they have a problem getting over the rock.
Absolutely. Those things are down at lower altitude, and the vehicles up here, there's something about it. But now the new ones have the ability to adjust.
Right, I understand. And isn't a lot of it the transmission?
Oh, gearing is a huge
And isn't
deal.
the Allison World transmission still considered the best?
It's one of the best on the market. No two ways about that.
There's nothing touching
the Allison World transmission. Okay. Adam, you wanted to ask about a will. Go ahead.
Hey, Tom.
Yes, sir.
I got a question. I got a buddy. He's got about $1.5 million in the bank.
Okay.
He needs a will, and he's not going to spend a dime. Can you print one off the internet?
Well, yeah, you can. You can print and fill it in. He has $1.5 million in the bank. What else does he have?
Nothing. A car.
More importantly, how many heirs does he have?
He has a sister in Idaho, and that's it.
Okay, who does he want to leave it to?
He hasn't said.
It sounds to me like he wants to be buried with it.
He does.
Then he doesn't have to have a will, but if he cares about where it goes, he can say, it's very easy. He can, if all truly he had, does he have a home?
No, he rents basically a room.
He rents a room. He's eccentric, right?
Yes.
Okay, how old is he?
58.
What did he do for a living?
Accounting.
And he simply saved every dime?
Yep.
And he's tight?
He is very tight.
He doesn't go out to eat?
Never, ever.
What does he do for enjoyment?
He golfs.
Okay. Does he still work?
Yes.
Oh, he does?
Yep.
Well, and if he's an accountant, he's not stupid. He knows what to do. He can simply write a letter and keep it with an attorney, or he can have it filed and with the county, but it's called lodging a will. He won't spend $500 to get a will done.
Absolutely no way. No way.
Does he want a will?
Well, I know he doesn't want the money to go to the state or the county or anything.
Well, did he ever say he wanted a will?
Nope.
You're going to suggest it?
I am.
How well do you know him?
Very well.
Does he ever give you presents?
Presents? No.
Gifts?
No.
Okay.
Would this have to be notarized?
No, not at all. It would be better, but it doesn't have to be. So what I would do, wait a minute. No, I don't think it does. It has to be proven to be his. He can simply write a letter saying, when I die, this is what I want to happen. That's all. It's that simple. I would have it notarized, and then having someone who can come up with the will is the important thing, because if he puts it away in a filing cabinet, people may not find it. But that's what he has to do.
Okay.
I mean, just write, and he doesn't have to put down an amount. He can say everything in my bank account shall go to such and such. Linda has a comment on tire pressure monitors we were all griping about. Go ahead, Linda.
Hi, Tom.
Hi.
I have a 2007 Hummer H3, and I took it in. The monitor went off on it, so I took it in. They reset it. It's still coming on. So I've been to two different places. One place said it's going to cost like $60 a piece to replace them. Then I went to another place, and they said, oh, well, you don't have to replace all of them. We can scan the battery. Do you know anything about that?
Do what to the battery?
You can scan the battery and see if which one's got the dead battery.
I call it tickling the battery.
Okay. And how do you do it?
Well, you just put your finger and go tickle, tickle. No, only kidding. You hook up the little Wi-Fi reader that we can read the unit and it talks to it. Yeah, we have those on there. Here's what I do. And, man, I break every rule every day, just about. I put a little bit extra tire pressure in the winter months, and I don't run into that problem nearly as much.
Okay.
And I watch my tires, make sure they don't inflate, because it doesn't kick on if you overinflate, it's underinflate.
Okay, so do you think if I would just, since the car's 10 years old, I should just get them replaced?
No, replace them if they're bad. It's when they don't communicate.
No, in fact, if they go bad, I would just leave them off. I mean, I would like it better that way.
No, she wants the light. They've actually gotten more reasonable. At one time, they were very expensive. The problem is you got to break down the tire now and put them in. But they now make them where they actually come apart. You can take the stem apart. Before it was an assembly, and that was what would break.
Now.
But
okay, so
those are the information. So we can help her with that.
Okay.
But yeah, we can read it. Come to our store. We're not even going to charge you. We'll do the reading
and
we'll
find
look
a battery. Find a bad one, or replace them all.
Yeah.
Okay. How much does it cost for one battery on those?
I just saw a price about. You don't do the battery. Do the whole unit.
Oh.
You do the unit. You're not changing the battery.
How much?
Do a unit about 45 to 55 is what they cost.
Now, Master Drive is here in the house. We've known Master Drive for years. They teach young people how to drive. And they teach adults. They have adults, and they have both. Now, this winter skills course you guys have, is that for adults and kids, or what? What is that for?
Yeah, Tom, it's for anybody that's graduated from a driving class with us or a licensed driver.
Okay.
And it's for everybody.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And what do you drive? Do they drive in their own vehicle or in yours?
A little bit of both. We'll do a little bit of the training in their own vehicle. When we do skid recoveries, we'll provide the vehicle for that. But it's 2 hours on the skid pad the entire time.
Oh, my goodness.
Doing skid recoveries, having a blast. 2 hours.
2 hours, winter driving skills on the skid recovery. And then you also go over some theory, don't you?
Oh, yeah. And we talk about tires and ABS use and how to recover from a skid. It's a really great class.
And they're doing this now for only $99. That's 2 hours on the skids, a little bit of your vehicle, a little bit of theirs, and they go over winter driving skills. But in order to get the $99, this is a very special price, they have to call, they don't have to take it now, but they have to call to sign up from now till when?
Monday. It's going to snow on Monday, so it's great timing.
Monday is Martin Luther King Day. Will you be taking calls on Monday?
Yep.
Monday
Absolutely.
till what time?
Till 5 o'clock.
Okay. So, till end of business on Monday, you can sign up and get the $99 price for winter driving skills, okay? Yes, you will. Hawk's got a comment on tire pressures. Go ahead, Hawk.
Hey, the best way to take care of those monitors is use a piece of black electrical tape, put a little bit of light on your dash and cover it up, check your tires.
It's a good idea, Tom.
I kind of agree with you, Hawk. I think they're a pain in the butt. Okay, we have a lot more to talk about on the Troubleshooter Show.
That's funny. Turn the radio off. You don't know that noise.
Trading, pushing the major averages further into record territory.
There's got to be someone on the printed circuit that lights that light. You can go in there and just score and cut it off.
This is not Anthony's, is it?
Yeah. It's a little different. Yeah. I noticed that right away.
Something is different.
The top, the tomato sauce, doesn't have that thing in it.
An oil type.
You're an official now, you notice that.
We put down some pizza in there.
He describes as one hell of a roller coaster ride. In a published statement, the 89-year-old Oklahoma native says that it's no secret the past year hasn't been a good one for him from a health perspective or a financial one. Something gas prices knocking him off of Forbes magazine's rich list back in 2013. Kidding says
it's cold, man. Put my jacket on. Put a little fire over here.
Are you putting your retirement savings in a 401k, IRA, or investment account? Then I have one word of advice. Stop. Experts warn of a stock market crash any day now, and you could lose 50% or more of your hard-earned savings again. But you don't have to lose a penny. There's a safer way to save for retirement, and you can learn about it in a free to grow your money even when the market tumbles. To get this free report, go to bankonyourself.com. That's bankonyourself.com. Bankonyourself.com.
This report is brought to you by Indeed.com. Taking a look at the drive up in the high country, you're looking at a very slow commute on a long I-70 between Idaho Springs and Vail right now. It looks like eastbound I-70.
We would have appreciated if you would have picked up the pizza for us. We're dying. We haven't eaten anything in 2 hours.
She came back with
You smart ass.
So if you're traveling up into the high country, take it easy and take your time. You want the forecast in.
And I said it's harassment with love.
Breezy and a high near 50. Right now, mostly cloudy in the Mile High City, and we're sitting at 45. Traffic and weather, I'm Pete Blackburn. 6:30.
Just going to be 2 hours.
Are you hiring? Join over 3 million businesses that use Indeed.com for hiring. You can post a job in minutes and manage your candidates from an easy-to-use dashboard. Post your next job on the world's #1 job site. Indeed.com.
When it comes to servicing,
God, he's in there bitching about Trump.
That's when I walked out. I'm done.
Oh my God, he gets on this Hillary deal. Martino.
He's bitching about Trump?
Oh, he's bitching. He's a buffoon.
He likes Hillary?
He hates the way. He'll say he doesn't, but I bet he voted for her. He'll say he voted for Trump.
I think he loves it. I think he'd kiss Bill if he got close enough.
I've never seen anything like it.
This is too much seeing.
Then he's going to probably rally around Oprah when she runs for office.
I love his policies. I'm not a fan of him.
I know you're not.
I know.
Okay, well that's your fucking problem.
Right.
Honest to God. I like
same way he feels about the luggage in the airport.
I like that shit. I do. I like. You know what those are? Shithole countries. No matter how you look at it.
I don't problem with that. I don't have a problem.
President shouldn't be saying that.
Okay. Well, guess what? He wasn't bred to be a president. I'm sorry you like people that are bred to be president.
Did I say anything about president? You just struck a nerve, Tom. It's just, he's a buffoon.
At least you don't put your carry-on in the front.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Handyman Matters, Mark. What can you tell me about him?
I can tell you this. If your fence is broke, they can fix it. If you need a door hung, they can fix it. If one of your windows is broke, they can fix it. Drywall repair, painting. If you have a honey-do list, how about this, Tom?
Yeah, I like that.
A whole list.
You can get them for a half day.
That's right.
Or a whole day. You just hire them, and they do everything. I kind of like that. So that's Handyman Matters. On a referral list at referralist.com. And for the life of me, Mark, I swear to you, I can't. You know, I don't go by a lot of scripts. People don't know that. But this number just escapes me every day. And because all my other sponsors, I just know their numbers. Handyman Matters. What I really want to tell you, in addition to their phone number, is there is no job too big or too small. People think if they're handymen, they only do little tasks. But they can actually do like a room. They can do a room addition, not like a home improvements. They really can. And they can do your honey-do list, as Mark said. So, Mark, when you get that phone number for Handyman Matters, please let me know, because I don't have it. Mary Ann. Go ahead, Mary Ann. What's happening?
Mary Ann, I'm from Colorado Springs, and I went to look for apartments.
I have two grown adult men on the Internet that can't come up with my number for Handyman Matters. Okay, I'm sorry. There it is. Thank you, Mark. 303-727-9600. Actually, you should get on me for not remembering. 303-727-9600. Okay, so you're in Colorado Springs. You're renting an apartment.
And I know I have a son, and I went looking for apartments.
Okay.
Well,
first of all, where were you living?
Well, I'm living here in Colorado Springs.
No, I understand that, but why are you looking for an apartment? Did you get evicted, or you just want to move?
No, it's for my son,
Oh.
and I was going to sign for him. I was
Gotcha.
going to be the co-signer.
And what's wrong?
Oh, God, that's wrong right there.
They wanted $200 for administrative fee,
Oh.
and then they wanted $35 to do a background check.
Marianne, I'll tell you. Marianne, you bring up a good point. Do you know there are some places that charge for this, like you're saying, $200. Then you have administrations. Also, let's just say $200 with everything. So if they sit there in a day and get 50 applicants, they're only going to choose one. And they've just charged. And what if they just charge you? They've just charged you. They've just made 10 grand sitting on their asses.
I know.
There should be, in my opinion, some regulation against that. To charge $200 to apply and then get turned down. There's something fundamentally wrong with that. Does it bother you? It just bothers me.
It really bothers
Depending
me.
on the price, yes, absolutely.
And the thing is that, I told him, hey, I have good credit. How can you deny me that? All I'm saying is I'm signing for my son. You need to give him a chance. Yes, he has bad credit. That's the reason for me wanting to sign for him. And then I said, you have people from all over, undocumented or documented, and you rent to them. How do you do a background check on them? And they didn't want to talk to me. They were just ugly. Then you go.
Well, that's because you're sounding like Trump now.
No, I'm not like Trump. I'm saying
I'm
do
just kidding.
something for Americans. Because
well, now you are sounding like Trump. Okay,
really
I take that back.
And I just started
If elected.
crying because I said, I'm in America or am I not in America? Why is it that they don't want to help our kids? Yes, I'm
well,
not.
why do you have to make this an immigrant thing? I mean, it has nothing to do with immigrants.
I'm not making but I mean, if others are given a chance, why can Americans be given a chance?
What?
As well?
How are they
Why
not
do
being? How are they not being given a chance? What are they doing against them?
Well, they won't let me have an apartment.
Well, how's his credit?
Terrible.
Terrible.
Well, my God, why is his credit terrible? Why are you bailing him out?
No, but seriously now, let's talk about this. His credit is terrible. And now you're bitching about Mexicans.
What a leap.
No, because your son can't get an apartment. It doesn't make sense to me.
Well, I want him to be given a chance, I'm saying, because he's made mistakes.
You're saying that you can, I know what you're saying. I'm not really, I'm not trying to be funny. You're saying that if they let some illegal immigrants rent, how do they do credit checks on them?
Exactly.
I don't think they do. I don't think there's as many illegal immigrants renting apartments as we think. I don't think so, Marianne. I think we might hear about that, but I'll bet you somebody legally rented it and let them live there or take over or something.
Plus, the other thing is it's all in the different complexes. There's some complexes that probably don't care.
Exactly. Well,
but I can't believe $200. I mean, how many? First of all, listen, Marianne, how many places charge this fee? I mean, how many people can't?
A whole bunch.
So if you wanted to go out, and apply to a few places, you're going to spend $1,000.
Exactly. And that's why I was so disgusted.
And I don't blame you for that part.
I just started crying. I mean, I said,
Marianne, I don't blame you for being upset, but that's not going to help this situation as far as the credit thing goes. That's why you're going to co-sign, right?
Yes.
But
yes.
Are you sure that's a good move for you?
Well, he has a job now. He's got a good job. He's working. He's been.
How old is he? How old is he?
He's in his late 40s.
Oh, you know what? You're a good mom.
I know.
You're a good mom.
But
now, has he had hard luck? Has he had hard luck?
Yes. And
any of it his fault?
His job.
Any of it his fault?
No, it wasn't his fault. He didn't have a job. He didn't have any.
No, I mean before that. What happened? Why at 40 is he still depending on mom? And I'm not trying to give you a hard time, but why? He's 40, in his 40s. Why is he depending on mom?
Because nobody else wants to give him an opportunity to rent a place.
Does he
He's
have
in a hotel room that Sox doesn't even have?
What Tom's asking is, how did he end up in this circumstance?
Does he have a criminal record?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
hold on. Is he a
but
felon?
I'm just being honest.
Oh, no,
with you
I want you
because
to be honest. We can help you if you're honest. Is he a felon?
Is he a felon? Has he committed domestic violence? Does that fall into it? Yes.
Well, hold on. If he committed domestic violence, that's a felony. That's pretty serious.
And I understand.
Was he
that,
convicted of it?
He went to jail for that.
Wow.
He paid his time, is all I'm saying.
I
mean,
know
do they
what
have
you're
to
saying.
Pay for it forever?
You know what? That's a good point, because a lot of people really won't rent to anyone with a criminal record, even if you've paid for it. You know, Marianne, I'm serious. I don't know the answer for people who have truly turned around. I don't know the answer. I don't. I don't.
Some people really believe in you, and I didn't even know anything about you, but, you know, Christian folks gave me your number, and I said,
Marianne,
well,
if I could help you, I would.
Somebody.
Well, listen, Marianne, if I could help you, I would. I would love it if people would give people a second chance, but they don't always come through. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
So many people have been burned that they would just rather say, look, if we have way more renters than we can deal with, why should we take a chance? There's no reason to. Now, Al, you do a lot of work with people, and you do a lot of work at the church with ex offenders. Okay, how do you do it, Al? Are there programs that will help people get a new start? She does bring up a good point. I mean, I'm not saying her son is the perfect gentleman. I'm not saying anything. But let's take someone who wants to truly turn around. Yeah. How do they do it?
They work hard, but they're going to get
programs to the church.
No, we don't do that. Put Samaritan House and so many other places. Even the Denver Rescue has stuff. But the problem is, your record is your record, and your criminal background's your criminal background.
I know.
And that's unfortunate.
But she said, should they pay the rest of their lives?
No, they shouldn't. But unfortunately, our society holds that. And people that do change their lives, unfortunately, there's been ones that didn't change their lives.
I'll ask a question. Master Drive, would you hire an ex-felon? Would you hire who's done their time?
We can't, because we're working with teenagers.
See? Would you, Jeff, hire a felon?
I have, yes.
You have?
I have.
In the past, okay.
Yes.
What, do you consider each and every circumstance?
Yeah, you got to consider the individual.
How's it worked out?
How did it work out? Really, how did it?
I've had both good and bad results out of it. So actually, I've had one in the past that was with me for quite a long time. He was a great technician, and if he were to be looking out for a reference from me, I would be happy to give him one.
Al, have you ever hired anyone?
I absolutely do, but every employee I hire, I do a CBI check.
Right.
Everyone. What I ask them is to disclose it on their application. We talk about the process. There are people that have had incidents that happened 15 years ago, and I give them a chance.
If there's someone who's a felon and turning, or whatever you call them, they're out now.
Right.
And they are a great mechanic, and they're working on someone's car. What harm is it to give them a chance? What harm is it?
I think it depends what the felony is. If the felony was grand larceny or theft from his last employer, might be a red flag.
You know,
it's a gray area, isn't it?
Now, Marianne, what job does he have now?
He works construction, and he's been with it, with his people for 4 years.
Okay, hold on. He's been there 4 years. When was his conviction?
Oh, it was like 10 years ago.
Okay, hold on. Now I'm getting a different story. 10 years ago, and he's been working 4 years. Here's what I want to do. Marianne, we don't have Colorado Springs with us right now. They're with us the first 2 hours. Here's what I'm going to do. Suzanne, take her number. Let's call her back on Tuesday, please. I will get her on in front of the Colorado Springs audience, and we're going to make an appeal for anyone who has a heart to give him a second chance. How's that?
Okay, I still work. I want to tell you that I'm a school teacher.
Okay, will you be able to get on the radio? We'll call at any time you want it. What time can you do it?
I can do it in the afternoon.
What time?
4 o'clock, yes.
Okay, 4. I'm trying to get you on the air to help.
I think
How about him?
I think
Can I talk to him?
The son.
Will the son talk to us?
I don't know. I'll ask him.
Well,
I will.
is he bitter?
No, he's not. No.
I would like to know. We don't have to give full names. We don't give addresses, but I would like to make an appeal for him. What are you going to say, Al? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, we got to do that too. So hold on a second, okay? Get her number. We'll call her back. You have a quick comment, I hope, Mick, on tire sensors. Go ahead.
Yeah, so with the tire sensors, I mean, if one's bad and the light is on, when you go to do emissions and that light is on, will they deny you? Because I've had emissions denied for me for having a brake light on.
Not for tire sensors they won't, will they, Al?
But the inspector can actually think that if the vehicle has a low thing, they don't want to put it on that dyno. I have heard that.
Okay,
it's never happened to me.
For the dyno, but
for the dyno.
They shouldn't fail you, though. It's only for lights that have to do
check
with
engine, fuel emissions.
So hold on, we have more coming up.
From the L&L Heating and Air Conditioning Traffic Center.
It's a slow drive in the high country.
Why doesn't she just go lease in place rather than...
Apartments will know that he's there. And then as soon as they find out he's there, there's lots of trouble. No, you've got a list. If you're leasing a place, you list the residents that are there, man. You have to.
If you just list them as an occupant,
That's what I'm saying. That they might not want him there as an occupant. They do a background check on everybody that's going to be there.
On the occupant? Of course. They do now. They hold everyone liable for the rent, too. In all places now. You live there,
no, they get a signature from everybody that's going to be there, every occupant.
My daughter, she's living with her boyfriend.
It's pretty normal just because of the market right now. When it gets to the point where there's more apartments than people that need them, then it all changes.
Who can help you save time and money and this is cropping up all over Parker like freaking acting out a teenager, man. It's just everywhere.
Your fleet vehicles with all the outfit you need at
the lowest Parker Apartments.
I'm a finance guy.
All over Parker.
It's crazy. Yeah, they don't. They have more renters available than there is inventory.
Yeah, right here. Colorado Springs is a little easier.
Now somebody,
as these apartments go up, so does the crime rate.
Crime rate? Yeah,
of course.
Who sat up at night one time and said, hey, what if we do a clearinghouse where we can put in what people are paying for rent? We can change the rents that we're renting thing week in and week out. And so, have you seen that? That's what they do. They go in and give you a rate of what your room is now. You need to put your deposit to lock in your rent. So go back in the computer and see what like things in the area are renting for and send it up. I couldn't believe it. I was like, you doing what? They go, yeah. We basically, the price will change. And we'll contract you. We can lock your price, which will keep it from going up. I'm like, what if it goes down? Well, you locked your price in. That's a racket. What I'm saying is somebody thought that up, and that's what all of them use now. All of them use it. But that space and square footage, leases and like that is what people are willing to commit. That's how they give you your price.
Well, that's a basic concept, though, in regard to comparables. I mean, same thing. If you're buying.
All right, 303-713-8255.
They have a report here. Okay, so that woman in Minnesota had a car, and it's used, and she bought a warranty. $2,000 worth of stuff approximately is wrong with it, according to her shop. She wants the warranty to fix it. So she goes from buying it a few days later to a shop. Does the warranty cover it? The warranty company or the dealer said it's maintenance, or the warranty company said it's maintenance. It's not a defect. So guys, go ahead. What do you think? You looked at it?
Oh yeah, at least large portions of this are definitely maintenance. Without seeing her contract, knowing what they do and don't cover regarding seals,
you know what they
and
cover?
leaks.
They cover internally lubricated parts and what else?
They glorify it. After all rotating assemblies, transmission, final output drives, internal.
Right. So are these covered?
Probably no. The reason it was towed into the shop is probably not covered because it had a starting issue, bad wires, bad plugs, needed injectors cleaned. That's maintenance.
Right.
Okay? Where the argument can come up, and I'd certainly make it, is the thermostat and the failure.
And the valve cover gaskets.
The valve cover gaskets should not be
Those
filled.
would not be maintenance items.
Yeah, but they might be pre-existing
They
items.
may be pre-existing, or more so, most of the places, like you say, it's internally lubricated parts. It doesn't necessarily cover things like leaks. So depending on the verbiage of her contract would dictate whether or not that stuff would be under warranty.
Now, what do you see, Mark? There's the
No, all this is which one did she buy? She bought the Premier compared to the Powertrain one, and that's it. This doesn't have any of the actual
Suzanne, do you have her number in Minneapolis?
Minnesota, yes.
Minnesota. I'm sorry. Could you let her call her up, and I'll tell her quickly what we have?
Most
Yeah, let me call her.
people don't say good things about extended warranties.
But hold
I
on.
deal with them all the time.
Let's talk real though. If she bought this and then she brought it over there, how much longer after she bought it? Like a few days?
Yeah, that's
well, my God, it has to be pre-existing. If I was a warranty company, that's obvious. This warranty was put into effect 2 days ago, and she's trying to get a valve cover gasket.
The majority of those warranties will have a 30-day window on it to begin with. From
Yeah, that's
time of
right.
Inception, before you can actually start making any claims on there.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it just goes beyond. It's not necessarily a bad warranty company. I hate these warranty companies, but in this case, this is all pre-existing. The dealer, you know, she should have had it checked out. How's that?
Speaking of used cars, Wayne, you have a used car purchase problem. Where'd you buy it?
I didn't buy it. My
Oh.
daughter bought it.
Where?
And from Ed Bozart.
Okay. And what kind of car?
It's a 2012 Traverse.
They're nice vehicles, man. What's going on with it?
Well, what's happening is she had to put a quart of oil in it, you know, after the first week. Her boyfriend checked it, and they didn't think nothing of it, thinking, well, it's just a little low.
So what did it turn out to be?
3 weeks later, or 4 weeks later, she's 3.5 quarts low, and the thing's making noise like it's a diesel. And my question to you is,
well, hold on.
What smog on it? So she went to take it in for smog, and it failed because it sounded like a diesel.
Hold on, Wayne. Before you go on, let's talk about this. This is she had a 3-day coupon to go get it checked, and if she didn't do it within that 3 days, she could have brought it back if it failed. Did she get it done in that 3-day window?
She did not. No.
Doggone it!
I don't know if she had the coupon because she had a packet that, you know, showed
Wayne,
everything
if they did not give her that, then you can take the car back. If she didn't get the opportunity to get that tested within the first 3 days.
I think we've been down this road before. I don't think that's necessarily true.
No, the dealer must give them a 3-day voucher.
I'm going to look it up again.
A 3-day voucher. So you're saying they failed to give her... I would find that shocking that Ed Bozart, as big as they are, forgot to give her a voucher.
Well, I do too, because I just, you know, it doesn't matter. I bought a new car from them 8 months ago, but...
Wait, you bought a new car. They ought to... Listen, what are they going to... Here's what I'm trying to get to. Let's get right to it. Did she have the car checked?
Well, she's taking it in for a smog.
Not now. No. Before she bought it, did she have a pre-purchase inspection from an independent party?
She did not.
Okay.
No, she did not.
How many miles on it?
70,000.
There shouldn't be. Those cars are pretty bulletproof. I don't know what could be wrong with it, but she bought it, and she didn't get it checked. So is it still under warranty at all? No, is it? Nope, out of warranty.
It was an as is, and the thing that gets me now is 3.5 quarts low. When you start it up, it sounds like a diesel. So
well, I hope she put oil in it.
There's damage.
But she let it run low. You can't. If she knew it was a quart low the other time, she should have checked it again.
What year was it?
2012.
I think it was exempt then from emissions anyhow. Isn't it 7 years?
It's exempt from emissions?
Isn't it 7 years? No?
She's not exempt from emissions.
On a new. That's a used vehicle.
DMV said she had to get a smog check.
Right.
When she went to register.
We're talking about a new vehicle. Yeah, he just made a mistake. So here's the deal. What do we do about it? She let it run low. If that engine is blown, it's going to be her fault. It's no one else's fault.
I totally agree with you. It's just my thing. When you go to a big dealer, they're the ones that buy and sell cars all the time. This is a 26-year-old
So what should she... Hold on.
Nothing about cars.
Well, finish the sentence. Wait, finish the sentence. If you go to a large dealer, what?
And they're the one that buy and sell cars.
Then what? Then what?
Well, I would think they would check it out.
No, hold on.
Wayne. Paper saying they checked it out.
Let's say they did. What I don't understand is this. Why do they have to check her oil? I mean, in other words, it went low after she owned it. I'm trying to help you here. I know it may not sound like it, but you're going up the wrong path here. They didn't do anything wrong by selling her a 2012 used car. And they didn't call her, and they didn't say, oh, did you check your oil today? I don't know what's wrong with it. Now, if they were hiding something or covering it up, that's a different story. But I don't know what they did wrong. I'm trying to figure out what you think they did wrong.
I totally agree with you. I'm just saying, you know, it doesn't matter what age she is. You get a woman or even a guy that knows nothing about cars. They're trusting.
What should they do? I'm not giving you a hard time, Wayne. Honest to God, I'm asking you. I really am trying to discuss this. What do you want them to do? I don't have an answer in mind. What?
My answer, only thing I would be is even if she has to come up with some more money, or I do for her, is maybe try to get her in another car.
All right, hold on a second. I don't want to lose this. Hold on. Do not hang up, Wayne. Suzanne, let's bring him back to the next show and get somebody from Bozarth on. Let's give this to somebody.
I'll check it out.
Elevate your home this new year with new looks from the show.
Over to Pro Auto Care to get explain this to me, please. That's important.
Get oil in it.
First
and
of
bring
all,
it over to Al.
We can see the website at Colorado.gov. Al will check it out free. Inspection frequency. Read the second.
Al, you'll check it out free, I told him. You're not going to tear it open, but you'll check it out.
Is that what it said? Well, there's something wrong. Yeah, serious.
I mean, doesn't that mean a 2012 would not need?
I think it means they don't have to get a certificate.
No, the new owner does it. When you buy a car, the same owner.
How do you read that?
It says, what he just said.
What does it say? What does it say? What does it say?
Inspection requires that when a vehicle changes ownership, changes of ownership require a new/past emission certificate supplied by the seller at the time of the sale. The requirement does not apply to vehicles that are 7 model years old or newer.
Oh. How do you? Hers is not 7. Yeah.
So she doesn't. They don't need about
And that's Colorado.gov.
That is strange. That's a little vague.
Mark, I'm still working on that response, and I'll give it to you to the email. I just have to do it.
Brand new car has a certificate.
They love the little changes. They're
makes
fine.
it brand new.
Uber.
Cars used to put them on there. They don't put them on anymore. You bought a brand new, that is a good emission for 7 years.
Yeah, they put the sticker in the window for me.
But they didn't start that till 2 years ago in 2015 when all the rules.
My only point was, I think if a used car dealer sells a 2012 right now, not in a couple of years, I don't think they have to give her emissions.
No, you're still exempt.
Yeah, you're exactly right. You're still exempt. I hate being right so often. It's scary. It's a special burden, Mark. I have to deal with this every day.
If you weren't so right,